And we're back. Welcome to the Manstream Podcast, a podcast where all of us friends sit around and chat about things men do. As you can tell, we are in our new studio, which is kind of nice. The mics are working. We got headsets. We got this beautiful place off the Richter Studios, we call it, down in Josh's basement. It's not basement. It's not basement confessionals. So don't think that. So take a quick sec, introduce everybody that's here. We got Kyle sitting at his house.
Give us a wave, Kyle.
He could not make it today, which is fine. We could still bring him in, and he could still be a part of this. All the way to my left, we got Josh Richter.
How we doing?
Good. How are you?
Appreciate it.
And right next to me, we got the man, the myth, the mullet, Ryan Reed.
Don't you forget it.
A.K.A. Big Hoss.
Big Hoss. I'll take it.
And next to me, we got Dave, the Titan fan.
The Titan fan, yeah. Terrible loss this week.
And I'm Mike Olson. Thanks for joining us. How was you guys this week?
Very eventful for me.
I'll tell you what, getting this... if you haven't figured it out yet, as Mike said, we're in a new studio. We got some, we're on our own equipment. We're on all our own stuff. It gave us opportunity to expand and do things a little bit better, the right way. So the weeks leading up to this have been exciting. A lot of work went into it. We hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to pat myself on the back. I built the table, so
Well
welcome.
done. Well done.
He did.
It's great tables.
Yeah, but other than that, I've been great. How about you, Dave? Been all right, man?
Been good. Yeah, like I said, I was earlier in the week. We lost Frank Wycheck. So I'm wearing his jersey. It was sad for Titan legend. But yeah, everything this week's been going good. Busy this time of year.
I'm going to be honest. My week started off like shit.
Mine too, dude.
I was playing...
With the shit or like shit?
Well, both. I was playing in fantasy football for first place. Winner goes first, gets first place. I had two players playing in the Dolphins game, Tyreek Hill and A-Shane, who I anticipated could put up 21 points. I was wrong. We ended up tying. So down to third place I go.
And you got to play me this week.
Guess who snuck in because of that tie?
Yeah, Dave.
I got second place.
Dave Clower.
I loved it by default.
I think everybody here is in the playoffs except one person. But
I beat him twice.
Can't beat me twice when we only
before
play
we
once.
go, Kyle, how was your week? Yeah. How's the world going out in your area?
That's it.
That's all you got.
It's like a sit and spin.
No, you got. All right, Mike, take her away.
He's shy.
No, it was a good week though. Got a lot done, got a lot accomplished. Worked all week, and happy to be sitting here on a Friday night, chatting away in beautiful Bellevue. Went on a Christmas wagon ride tonight to look at Christmas lights. Kids enjoyed it, and it was fun. But everybody's weeks was good, and we're looking forward to having a good time tonight and chatting away. We're gonna jump right into our sip and savor portion of this. Gonna do it a little different than we did in the past. Everybody here, we're doing Ruthies from Exile Brewery. Kyle, you got your Ruthies. If you never had.
Oh. For those who don't know.
I thought he was correcting me for a second. Like, did I?
You didn't say it right. You didn't say it right.
Did he say roofies?
He's roofies. Downsies.
I don't know why they call it roofies. You end up on the floor.
You end up on the floor anyway.
Who do we call if you end up on the floor tonight?
Ghostbusters, dude.
The Cedar Rapids Fire Department.
Cedar Rapids.
So Ruthies is a gold lager. It's from Exile Brewery out in Des Moines, Iowa. It's a very light beer. It is 4.9%. I actually don't really know where that stands with other beers, but for a craft beer, it's a super light beer. Go to your local liquor store and pick up a 6-pack, 12-pack. I guarantee you will like it. So we're going to sit and drink this throughout the whole night here. Looks like Dave already kind of took a big swig. And cheers, guys, and let's have a good podcast.
Just a tip. Cheers, Kyle.
Cheers, Kyle. Oh, Kyle's got a can.
Kyle's got a can.
Lucky dog.
What a
So
baller. I bet it's cold too. Ours is piss ass warm.
Somebody
That's my
would have
fault.
brought the
I didn't bring the
refrigerator.
refrigerator. Well, it had fucking it had shit all over it. It had a lot of. It was.
has that
dirty.
been in your garage?
5 years.
5 years when you got it? Yeah,
5 years ago. And
Is
I
that
never
why
used it.
the
is
way
that-
the way I gave it to him is the way that it currently stands, and I don't know if there was anything in it that I left, but I'm assured that it has mold at least at this
Just-
point. So we just need to power wash
Just
it.
So-
blood no, I got it all. I took bleach water and
So
I scrubbed the inside.
I'm pretty sure Dave said it was off color white.
it's white.
It's
It's
white.
white.
It's
Okay.
white. Yeah,
So
but
it's not off
It's
color.
not,
It's
cream.
white.
It's not going to be. There's
not
going to be.
cream?
There's going to be customized shit on it. So
Oh yeah, you're gonna draw on it.
I'm going to draw all on it.
Oh, you're gonna draw on my fridge?
I'm going to draw in my fridge that you gave to me. It was a gift.
Oh.
the painting was a gift, Todd. No, that fridge is mine.
Kyle, is that an Iowa Hawkeyes Christmas tree in the background? Is that a good theme? So that's your Hawkeye den.
I like the twinkling lights.
I do too.
The hawk nest. The hawk nest. Pan around.
Yeah, we can
Pan
do it.
around
We can,
Kyle's man
we
cave.
can do like a cribs tour.
of everybody,
basement.
of everybody's
Cribs.
house.
Yeah.
Can you do it of everybody's house?
I don't have a basement.
You can find one.
I mean, Dave, are you gonna do one?
What, an Exile Ruthie?
No, a tour.
An exile
a
roofie.
cribs tour. Should we put a GoPro on your dog and just let him run around
Oh, dude,
the
that
house?
wouldn't be good. My dog doesn't like things on him, like costumes or anything.
Oh,
Not
I disagree. I've seen your dog in a
the tough guy thing. That's what I had
the
to
hot
strap
dog
it.
costume.
Oh yeah, I had to strap it. He didn't like it,
didn't like it at all.
but he just gave up trying to stop it. It's just one of those things.
Let it go.
Let it happen.
Look nice for the kids, damn it.
Yeah, smile for the picture.
So awesome. Well, yeah. So pick up Ruthie's from your local liquor store.
Soon to be Vans Liquor.
Soon to be Vans Liquor would be
Yeah.
our local liquor store. We thoroughly enjoy it. It is a good beer, especially for non-beer drinkers. So we're going to continue sipping that throughout the podcast here. And who knows, if someone gets empty, they might get another one.
We look forward to Mystic Mountain Blueberry.
Blueberry.
Mystic Mountain.
Dude, like baby Jesus.
Y'all
So-
get down and eat. I've been slaving over this all day.
So
Always delicious Taco
Great,
Bell.
great movie.
All right, we're done. We're done. All
right.
right, sorry.
all right, on to the next. So our next, we're starting a new segment this week. It's called Ruffle Row, like the chip Ruffle. We want to discuss our daily displeasures and pet peeves that we go through about the week. I feel like everybody has them. I feel like it could kind of be funny. I feel like some people can relate. Like, damn it, I hate that too.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
who wants to start?
I wrote a list.
Oh, geez. Do we have time for a list?
You guys asked, and I'm like, oh, hell, I'm gonna deliver. But one thing that I hate, which bugs me, I don't know if it happens to you guys, is when you are driving and your seatbelt is twisted funny around you. I don't know, maybe it's OCD for me or whatever it might be, but I have to fucking have it straightened on me. Never get it twisted.
I just make mine. It retracts all the way, and when you pull it out, it's flat.
Yeah, so something like that when the seatbelt's kind of messed up, I guess, would be a pet peeve.
Yeah, well, I can get
Twisted
it. Yeah.
seatbelts.
Twisted
Oh, I
seatbelts.
can get it.
Twisted
I can get it
seatbelts and
too.
twisted
I'm not
teeth.
saying I can't figure it out. I'm just saying it bugs me.
Dave drives
Oh,
down
I
the
can
road.
get
Go,
it.
God damn
Well,
it.
just to taxi off of when you're driving, what really irritates me is that nobody's as good a driver as I am.
Me, same.
Oh.
Same.
When you leave the stoplight, go.
Go.
Your car, I know it'll drive itself.
55 means
Use the gas
64. Go. Get the
Yeah.
hell going.
pedal. I don't know. I was in traffic the other day in the metropolis of the Quad Cities, and I just can't take it. Like, it
People
was
are just
terrible.
dumb, especially too. Like they don't pay attention. They don't.
I don't know if it's the holidays or
No, it's just people.
or what. It's
It's
just
just
it's
people,
brutal.
dude.
I don't know.
Driving needs to be required to be taken like a test every couple of years. I feel like just
Yeah.
so people can verify that they're capable to pay attention
Yeah.
and not be on their phone. Phones are a huge distraction. I feel like so maybe that's it. But
Like when the guy's driving down the interstate with his left blinker on,
that's
and he's been on it 10 miles
dude,
with the blinker
that's
on.
a geriatric thing. Let's not be.
Turn your blinker
That's
off.
a
bro.
geriatric thing.
So-
9 times out of 10, it's an old guy or an old lady.
I don't care. Turn your blinker off.
I'm going to keep on the driving theme. I drive to Wisconsin every day. And
Oh,
the
jeez.
thing that I hate the most
Yeah.
Wisconsin
There's
drivers.
the drivers that stay in the left lane and go
is
fucking
that
slow.
not only that, like the thing that really irritates me, I leave well an hour before I need to be to work, and it's a 39-minute commute. But when I get into Wisconsin, the school bus stops at every house on a 4-lane highway. And he stops and pulls that stop sign out. Why couldn't they just compile the 3 or 4 houses that are together that are no more than 50 feet away from each other?
They used to, but kids went missing.
And just
That's why
say,
they do it
hey,
this way now.
guys, here's the bus stop. Meet at this person's house.
They used to do
He
that.
stops at every flipping house. 50 feet, stop.
Mm-hmm.
50 feet, stops. You try to pass him, and you can't. And you sit there for 10 minutes until that last kid slowly walks out of his house, sees 25 cars backed up behind a school bus, and he just doesn't have any ambition whatsoever.
Sounds like you need a faster car.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Or just,
I mean, I think we can all tag off the driving aspect, Dave. Man, I hate it when people tailgate me.
Oh, I do too.
Oh, if
Especially
I
those
can't
big,
see,
bright lights,
if
dude.
I can't see your headlights because you're that close,
Yeah, get-
back up, man.
Get over.
Like, who?
you.
Me.
Yeah, thank you, Kyle. Drive faster or get over.
Man,
So, dude,
If
if
I
I'm
go
right behind you, you're in the
I
wrong
have a
lane.
lead foot.
No.
I have a lead foot.
in a 4-lane.
Yeah, get
But
over.
no, but when it's a 2-lane, I'm not getting over nothing.
Well, move over so I can see around you to pass.
I don't ride the yellow line. I ride the white line.
Sounds like you ride the.
Do you
yellow
go the
line.
speed limit, or is
So-
it more like
so,
guideline for bad
Are
drivers?
you
like it is for
saying that
me?
you tailgate people?
Yeah, if they're going too slow, I
I
have
do
places
too.
to be.
I like to drive
My
like
time
Dale
is
Earnhardt.
precious.
Yeah,
I got
same.
things
Oh.
to do.
Same,
So-
dude, same.
Okay, so you're one of those drivers. It only matters for you.
Yeah.
You ever hear the song "Move Bitch" by Ludacris? I sing that every time I drive on the way to some place.
Nah, man. I just hate, like, 35 miles an hour. I'll be doing 38. Someone will be riding my ass. And you know what I do? I
You know
slow
why?
down.
You know why?
You're the worst kind of
Because
people.
you're the worst kind of driver. When you go 38 and a 35, go 44.
No.
Go 8 miles over because cops won't get out and pull you over.
Can I pass my ticket along to you if I do?
No kidding.
No,
Okay.
suck it up and deal with the consequences.
That's
Just
about the
turn
most
on an
ri-
app like everybody else
Don't get
does that
caught.
tells you where the cops are.
That's about the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah,
go
God, you
fast.
know, hey, speed limit's 35. Go faster.
Here's my take on speed limits. They're for people who don't know how to drive the right way.
That's
no,
not.
that's-
Yeah,
not
that's
the
absolutely
case at
correct.
all.
Please,
Yeah.
please don't listen to this
I
and
can
take
go-
it to
if I
heart,
wanna
people.
if I want to go 90, and I can go 90 safely without hurting anybody else, I'm good.
It's
We're gonna
not
go-
that you can't go 90.
Yeah.
I'm quite sure you're capable of maintaining your vehicle
It's
at
the
90.
majority of people.
But when there's people doing 40 and you're going 90, you close up on them very fast.
Yeah, not that fast though, where you can't see them, like on the highway. Some turns, I'm not gonna go 90 around some of these hairpin turns up here, but on a highway they're usually pretty open, usually.
Kyle, what do you
And I
have to
slow
say
down.
here?
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree too. I
Yeah.
agree. That's a fair.
But I would play the devil's advocate on it and say that what you feel comfortable with is different than what I would feel comfortable with, right? So
You always want to be cautious in the snow too, because at any moment you can hit something and just slide right off the road. You know, if
Absolutely.
you're not messing around, if you hit your gas too hard, especially if you have a truck like back wheel drive and don't have 4-wheel drive popped in for whatever reason when you're driving in the snow, but
right.
you hit the gas, you're fishtailing. But I agree. Maximize your. So just don't be that guy, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy.
I will kind of jump off the driving talk, and one of my I deal with someone almost every day, 5 days a week, that will ask you a question, and when you're explaining it, they interrupt you. Oh, it drives me nuts. Hey, what's 2 plus 2? Well, it's 4. How'd you come up with that? Okay, well, here's how I came up with it. Oh, it should be 6. No, you just asked me how I came up with it. Let me explain.
Why are you staring at me when
So I didn't know if you knew how to do 2 plus 2. I was looking more at the general
5.
that way.
Oh, thanks. Well, thinking I'm from Nebraska.
I already
don't
told
know
you
how to
we did the chairs smartest yeah.
I just can't. So
Oh, dude,
Dave's the
that's fucking
smartest?
cool. Yeah, we're not gonna argue with that.
I just can't, man. I can't. Like, if you ask me a question, don't interrupt. Let me finish.
Well, if you mansplain it out to like a 14-minute answer, then I feel like someone has to interrupt at some point, right? Like if someone's just going to go and start rambling on about why, not saying that you ramble on, but I'm saying if you ramble on about something, then interrupting might be like, hey, pump the brakes. I just asked for the answer. You don't need to give me a whole story about the answer.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say that's interrupting, but if you sit there and say, hey, this person's having this problem at work, what do you think it is? And I start pondering and thinking about what it is, and then all of a sudden I hear, maybe it's this.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay,
So
well.
when they interject and just throw their like, oh yeah,
It's like, what did you ask me for then? I just can't.
I don't like when you're talking about a topic with a group of people and you want to chime in, so you're patiently waiting for your cue to chime in. And the conversation changes, and now you're just like, oh, well.
Are you talking about right now?
No, not
Did you
talking
want to
about right now at all.
driving
But
at all, or
it's like, no, I'm done. I'm off the driving topic.
Is
But
that an innuendo?
it's happened to me before where you're waiting to say something and they move, and you're like, oh, back to what we were talking about 30 minutes ago.
Any more thoughts on the current issue?
That's a squirrel. That's a squirrel part, right?
What?
Squirrel.
Where?
I think we all have squirrels, man.
I have
We're-
golden retriever energy, man. Leave me alone.
But we're guys. Shiny
guys.
lights and
OCD.
we're guys.
OCD.
Yeah, dude. Shiny lights and
all the
bright
D's.
lights and
Just all the D's.
Sounds squirrel.
ADD,
Well, I don't know.
ADHD, OCD.
Oh, I thought you were talking about all the D's. Like you were talking D's. You took D's.
D's nuts?
No.
Dragging D's nuts across your face?
All D's. My kids say that.
You are
Hey,
a
Dad, you're taking the
degenerate.
D.
You're taking the
Taking the D.
degenerate.
No, your mom is later,
Yeah.
bud.
Kyle, do you have any other ones off of the besides driving?
We're having some technical issues with Kyle feeding into the Roadcaster. His audio is not there, but his video is.
Oh.
So
Just
Notes, our
look
behind the
pretty,
scenes
buddy.
guy, is trying to
Just talk really slow
Get
and make
this
sure you
figured out.
move your mouth so they can read your lips.
for everybody out there. We can hear Kyle on our headsets. You just aren't able to hear him on the stream. So
What if I went
if he
like
says
this?
something or we ask him a question, we're going to go ahead and commentate for him and let him know what he's thinking.
That could get out of hand quickly. But
This is like playing telephone. This is going to get really funny.
It is. So Kyle,
Here we go again.
I know technical issues.
How
Thought we
many-
had him worked out.
hey, we're getting better.
I don't know how
We
many
are.
times
We're going to get kinked him out.
We're gonna-
You know,
kinky.
The first time that we did one,
Get the
we
kinks
streamed him
out.
in. He was on a phone above our camera. And Nobody could hear him.
And we only had two
can
mics.
Nobody can still hear him. We only had 2 mics that work. Now we have 4 that work.
So he's
We
like the Loch
actually-
Ness Monster. We don't really know if he exists
we're getting
or not. He's
we're
just-
getting better because he now is on the stream. We just don't have his commentary at this point. And you know what? We're gonna get there.
It's okay. He's a decent looking guy, so that's fine.
Yeah, if we can all look at you, that's fine.
Yeah,
Just-
if roles
people
were
just stare at
if
you.
roles were reversed and Ryan was on that screen.
I just
he'd be
turned it
screaming.
off.
He'd be,
Just turned it off.
he'd be sitting there watching the race tonight or dirt track, whatever wars there's going on. But
It's the Gateway Dirt Nationals.
There you
and
go.
it's live on Flow Racing. If you're bored, check it out. Not during our stream.
Yeah,
obviously.
watch us first.
Is that like Flow Sports?
Yeah, Flow Sports,
Yeah.
Flow Racing, Flow Wrestling. They got it all.
I had a daily displeasure on Flow Sports. Iowa girls played a whole tournament in Florida, and it was on Flow Sports.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I looked up the price, and it literally was $29 for a month. And I'm like, just to watch 3 games?
Yeah.
And it's not even guaranteed 3 games. If they would have lost, it would
Dude, I
have
pay
been
like
1 game.
200 plus for a year, but I watch a lot of races. on
Well,
that.
Yeah.
so that's like this year in high school football here in Iowa. Always used to be the IHSAA would put it on IPTV so everybody could watch it on public broadcasting. But the IGHSSN or whatever it is the high school sports network. They decided to lock it down and do a contract to where you had to pay $20 a game to watch them, or you paid like $49.99 for the entire semifinal finals matches just to be able to watch it. It's like that's not fair.
Yeah. I mean, everything's going streaming. Everybody's trying to gain that extra dollar. But, yeah, I mean, I deal with it at work all the time. I get these
Yeah.
people calling up saying, hey, how come I don't get the Iowa game tonight? Well, because it's on Peacock.
Yep.
And they don't understand what Peacock is. Or my favorite is they don't understand the difference between Big Ten Plus and Big Ten.
Ooh.
And they say, well, I got the Big Ten channel. Yeah, you
Don't have Plus.
don't have Plus. Now get on your phone and pay $9.99 a month. You know? So, but then we found out, Kyle actually texted me and said, hey, if I get Flow Sports, do you want to split it? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. For one game, they were playing Kansas State, trying to get that rebound game. And I said, yeah, that's fine. So I Venmo'd Kyle, and he gave me his login after he logged in. And then all of a sudden, I get a message from him saying, hey, it logged me out. Apparently, you can only have one stream on it. So it was a little frustrating, but daily displeasure.
That's kind of like when Dave shares my YouTube TV. And right now it's limited to 3 screens in one house, but 6 total streams at one time. And I'll be on my computer watching it. Somebody will be in the living room, or the kids are up in their bedroom, whatever it may be. And Dave will text me like, "Hey, I just got kicked off." Well, then he gets on and then it kicks me off. So
I have one going at any time. And if I'm ever on anything else, it's always on Hulu or on other streaming service that I'm watching. It's never on YouTube TV or
Sometimes when you turn the TV off, though, it actually doesn't take effect. Like
it's like a minute delay.
it could be a delay and still be on, and it'll count as a stream.
It's like old school. Anybody ever play World of Warcraft? Old school World of Warcraft?
long time ago.
If you had your buddy's account and you logged in, it would kick them
Kick
out.
them out, yeah.
And then they could log back in and kick you out and go back and
just be
forth.
back and forth.
So I had a roommate my sophomore year of college. I played under his account because I was too cheap to pay for it. And he was he would freak out when things didn't go his way. So I'd wait till he's doing something real important. Just sit at my computer and log in. And he'd get kicked out, and then I'd log back in, and he'd get kicked out, and he'd blame the school internet, throwing a big fit, and I was sitting there giggling. Yeah, I mean,
You're an instigator, aren't you? You just like to
I like to
poke some buttons and poke players.
I like to ruffle feathers.
Like to have a good time.
Yeah, I carry a big spoon in my back pocket. I like to stir the pot. I'm no cook, but I can stir a pot pretty good.
Good. That's good.
He can stir the pot.
Hey,
were you gonna ask Kyle anything?
Kyle, do you have anything to add?
Do you have anything to add?
No, I would just say I don't want to switch the subject here too fast, but standing in line, don't stand right next to me. Give me a person gap there.
So when we're like standing in line at Walmart together, we can't. I shouldn't stand like immediately behind you and wait for the checkout. Like at least go.
You don't want to.
Were
see
you
like
like that before COVID though? Were you like that before COVID?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I've always been like that.
Before COVID, I'd
absolutely.
stand like right behind the person.
Oh
Nobody
no.
wants to smell what.
No.
I'm gonna give you a foot or so, but it's like, come on, dude. We're
If
standing
you
in line
can
here.
I'll
smell someone's breath.
I'll give the old
getting close.
elbows. Like
will
I'll
ya?
twist and turn just to give myself a little.
You
bit of
know,
room.
I mean this in all the nicest ways. What I find is the main people that do that kind of stuff where they like stand right on your butt are the old people that like in a gas station waiting to get their scratchers or whatever, and they're literally standing this far from you.
I feel like a lot of old people maybe take liberties that they don't necessarily deserve.
It's the perks of being an old person.
Kyle,
No, it's not.
I
It's called
hate that
respect.
shit too. Like I can't stand that. I'm glad someone brought that up because that's good. Like, dude, give me room.
You don't want somebody standing nuts to butts with you.
No.
Bare butt Peter rubs.
No. You gotta give
a
the
little
leg
closer
like
to
a
the
little
mic.
shake, and if you accidentally kick them in an area they don't want to be kicked in, that
Am I
was
too
their
close?
fault.
What are you just gonna horse
Okay.
kick him or
I
something?
know.
So you shake the
Yeah.
leg, do a little kick, kind of a little back thrust.
Kyle's
What
over
if
here
you
horse kicking people
what
really
if-
close
what if
to
you-
him.
Sway.
what do you
just a
say
little
when you
bit.
hit them? Like what do you say when you knock something out of their hands? Like, oh shit, I'm sorry. You need to back up.
Oh, you play it off.
Oh, I just look, give them a look, and turn away.
You give them a
Shouldn't
look and
stand
turn
that
away.
close to me.
Okay.
So wait, I gotta go back. Ryan, you were that kind of person before COVID?
I'm not standing like on top of you. I'm not stepping on your toes, but I'm not standing 6 freaking feet away from you either.
No, we're
I think a
saying,
foot
like,
or two.
a person-
is
a person
perfectly
length.
fine. Kyle, if you want to swing your elbows around, you're gonna miss me. But if I'm carrying a long, skinny package, I might accidentally whack you with it when I turn around next time. Like,
Hey,
dude, we're all in
I'm
line
just
to get
asking
our
for-
stuff done, you know?
I'm asking for a bubble.
Dude, give me a
I just
bubble.
want
Give me a bubble.
I'm not going to be
yeah.
in your bubble
Like a
unless you
3
invite
foot
me. in your
radius
bubble.
around Kyle.
Yeah, dude.
I want an
6 feet,
85
man.
foot bubble. Get the fuck away from me.
If you actually think about it, and if you stood 6 feet away from me, that's not that far.
That's from me to Dave.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a long distance.
So when
See,
you're-
this is a comfortable
Dude, if you guys are
length,
standing that far apart and I don't know you're in line behind him, I'm standing right in the middle. I'm gonna cut you, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
But
I
this
would
is
too.
like how we are
That
now.
line
This
is
good
too long.
spacing for it's like a foot, like you said.
yeah,
a foot
this
between
this
is
right here is
perfect.
okay. You know,
Yeah.
a couple feet.
I mean,
We're
it's
not
like
hugging
2,
each
3
other,
feet
but we're
between
close
you
enough.
and
I
Dave,
just-
but like Ryan and I, we're about.
I need to know
12
you're
inches.
in line.
I mean, there's a different mass over there. I guess,
Usually,
between-
what I do now is I'm like, hey, are you in line? No, okay.
I've had it so many times though, where literally you could feel the person breathing on the back of your neck, and you're like, dude, I am going to roundhouse you if you don't back up.
I've never been that close to somebody
You ever
Like,
get
on purpose.
you ever get the people behind you that scream too loud on their cell phone? Then they're right
Oh,
behind
you know,
and they're
you know
just-
No, you know
the
what,
biggest thing. Let me chime. The
Go
biggest thing is Noti back here behind the computer. His father-in-law. Okay, got an iPhone. He's he's running it. He's on Facebook. He's on whatever he needs to be on. He can run an Xbox. But when he talks on the phone, God forbid he actually holds it up to his ear. That thing is on speaker, full whack.
Oh yeah, I don't need to
And
hear somebody else's
everybody
convo.
can hear his shit.
I actually pissed some guy off.
Did you tell him? Hey, I don't want to hear your conversation.
I don't want to interrupt real quick, but Kyle, they can hear you now. That's what I'm being told by a listener. So you're good. You can chime in now.
Perfect.
You want.
Unmute yourself, Kyle.
Thank you,
Let's go.
Notesy. You're the man.
Notesy.
Let's give you a round of applause.
Hey, hit that applause.
There we go.
No, Josh, I made fun of a guy, and I was sitting at lunch one day, and I know the guy, and he tries to give crap, and we give it right back. But he answers the phone sitting in the restaurant, speakerphone and all, starts talking about on it.
Hey, I got initials JH.
What?
JH are his initials?
No,
Okay, good.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you do.
JH.
Yeah, Lamont JH.
Oh no.
Okay.
He does it though too. But I'm looking at him, I'm like, dude, do you have hearing aids in? He's like, why? And I'm like, because you're looking at your phone, sitting in the restaurant talking. And he's like, no, I got it on speakerphone. And I'm like, why? He goes, like, I just always have it on speakerphone. I'm like, well, I don't need to hear your conversation.
Nor do I want to either. Like
I don't like, so if on the phone thing, if you're at a store and you get to the counter to pay, to
that
interact,
bugs me.
Get
hang
off.
up-
the
get off your
phone.
phone.
Or have the
Pay,
courage to put it down. Do
give them
thing,
your
and then
money,
go.
swipe your card, whatever. Go outside and call a person back, or just put it in your pocket. Then get back on your phone when you leave. It drives me crazy when people are like, yeah, and they don't know what's going on. It takes twice as long. It's like, dude, just get off your phone for 2 minutes.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
do
an
that to
Indian.
people.
You sound like an Indian. Hey, yeah. My name Big Chief.
Big hoss.
Brown bear.
Brown bear?
Brown bear. That's what they call me.
Red bear.
Red beard.
Red Baron.
But I think that was a good segment. I look forward to doing those.
I
in the
do.
future.
Yeah, that was a good
I
one.
think we all have our daily displeasures.
The audience, live listeners, all tens of you, if you'd like to write in some of your daily displeasures, we'll bring them up on our next live, maybe on a recorded episode. We release at a later date. But yeah, feel free to chime in with your stuff.
Absolutely.
I think we've been going here about 25-ish minutes. We're going to take a quick break, do a shameless sponsor plug, and I think come right back. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think, we're just doing a sponsor plug real quick.
Yep. Enjoy our commercial.
30-second break from our sponsor, Deary Nissan of Dubuque.
Yeah, enjoy this.
Hello, I'm Chad Waters, General Manager of Deary Brothers Nissan, and I invite you to come experience the difference a dealer can make. We're offering a whole new way of doing business centered around a total customer service experience. From pre-sale to post-sale, our team will be with you every step of the way. Be sure to check out our Deary certified program, including our 3,000-mile warranty. So come experience the difference a dealer can make at Deary Brothers Nissan.
All right, and we're back.
That was a quick word from our sponsor, Deary Nissan of Dubuque. If you're looking for a new vehicle, go hit up Deary Nissan.
New or used.
New or used,
used,
yeah.
yeah.
And I think they have BMW as well still.
Yeah, give them a call. They'll take care of you.
Yeah.
Tell them we sent you.
Yeah, Manstream Podcast sent you.
It won't do anything for you,
And I
but tell them anyway.
Tell them anyways.
And they've got some deals coming up here for the end of the year, so
Ooh, yeah.
I'm gonna pull those up for the next break.
Sounds good.
The next
Closeout deals. They always get some really good deals in
It's
the
end of the
They
year.
got some service deals going on as well as
Even
new
better,
vehicle
'cause
and
it-
your pricing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Cars always break down. You always need a mechanic.
Get those winter tires. That weather's
Yeah.
right around the corner.
Speaking of
Is
snow
it?
and the snow.
I don't know. It's 54 degrees in the Midwest today.
Yeah, it's not a white Christmas this year. I don't think.
Shocking.
I'm
You
all
know,
right
it
with that.
actually says the
I'm not.
24th. There's a chance of snow,
I hope so.
but it's supposed to rain on Christmas Day.
You know what? That's great, gang. Let's just have a really muddy Christmas.
I'd really like it to stay dry or frozen.
Right.
I'm racing quads on Sunday.
Call me
but not
old
if it
fashioned,
rains
but this is
tomorrow.
December and there should be snow on the ground.
Frozen. Yeah, that's fine.
maybe.
Snow's good.
Okay.
I just don't want it wet.
And then by February, just no more snow and 80 degrees.
Right.
It's
I'm
fine.
ready to go skiing, honestly.
Not me.
Liar.
You're a skier
I love it.
by nature.
Water skiing.
I
Water
do
skiing.
okay. I do okay. I would both.
You don't
I'll
board?
do
You
both.
actually ski? You know,
No, I'm a skier, dude. I never snowboarded
do you
before.
do the-
Snowboarded one time
do you-
in my life.
I would tear something skiing.
I caught an
Snowboarding's
edge and
different.
slammed face first on the
Do you do
snow,
the
and
pizza?
I was like, no.
Do you do the pizza?
Pizza
Pull the
french
pizza?
fries?
No pizza, no French fry. It's just
he's
send
more-
it. You know how I stop? Just fall.
Yeah.
Gravity, dude, like gravity.
Here's the
Little
thing,
friction,
Mike.
take it.
With guys our size, you're gonna break something if you try stopping too hard. But we also get some momentum going down the hill. You know.
But you're going to break something if you fall, too.
Well, that is the
It depends
case.
where you fall.
It depends on where you're at too. So if you're big mountain skiing like in Colorado, You're
snow.
definitely going to have to slow down every once in a while. If
Deep
you're
powder.
across the river at Chestnut, dude, just send it. It's like a 10-second run. You know what I mean?
And it's pure ice at the end of the night.
But when you go out
anyway.
to Colorado, it takes you 30 minutes to get down the mountain if you're going out of control fast.
you're taking like
I would be
10
afraid to
breaks.
go over top of the mountain.
Well,
Like,
you don't go off. That's
don't
why you
go
don't go
off,
backcountry.
Yeah, you're not way up at the top.
Yeah.
You got to stay in your
That
zone.
country looks fun. I've seen some of those old videos.
Go
where they
for
just
it,
jump out of a
Dave.
helicopter.
I think
and-
You let me know when you're ready to go. I'll come film you.
I think I think backcountry. I had a buddy that was out there. You actually have to get certified to go on some
they
of those
have maybe
trails.
some parachutes that maybe you have to just jump off.
Well,
and-
I mean, we're not Shaun White. We don't have the funds to be
I don't
able
know
to
if-
jump out of a helicopter. And
Have
go
you
skiing.
seen how big a parachute it takes for me to parachute?
Oh, dude, Jesus!
It's not a backpack. It's a duffel bag on my back, man.
yeah,
I don't feel like carrying it. I'm good.
You're gonna,
Anyways,
all right.
We
So-
digress.
yeah, well, digressions happen. That's fine. So we're gonna go to the sports banner of the week.
Banner?
Banter.
Banter.
Stumbled on my words.
Banter fodder.
We're not gonna spend all that much time talking about sports like we have in the past. We're just gonna kind of give some a few of the headlines of the week that have happened that we find interesting. Talk a little about them. Give our kind of takes and move on. So for the sports banner of the week, banter.
Why is it so hard for you to say?
Banter, same thing. So number one is something that I'm still struggling to wrap my head around. Shohei Ohtani's contract. 10 years, $700 million just to play baseball.
A lot of money.
That's the baseball player, right?
And you know what the worst part is? It's all deferred till the end. It's all deferred to the end.
He's,
How much
he's pulling
money?
that Bobby Bonilla, but he's not going
That's
lifetime.
bananas. He gets $2 million a year on their cap. It's terrible.
10 years, $700 million to play baseball. That's the baseball
70 million a year.
player.
What's so bad about that? Because he's not on your team.
No, because he can now. The evil empire can go. And,
he's not on your team.
No, because baseball you can buy
Who's
your
he
team.
play for?
The Dodgers now.
Okay.
And
I
a
know
team
nothing
like,
about this.
No, it's okay.
so-
A team like the Dodgers has a huge market team, and kudos to them for being in LA, where it's the biggest city in North America.
It doesn't matter, though, because the Rangers are the
I think it's
best.
New York.
It doesn't matter.
We're not here to argue about who the
So-
best is and who the worst is, but I'm saying that
So some news came out on the contract that he's only going to accept $2 million a year up until the last year. So for 9 years, they are going to. It's
So
only
he's going to
gonna,
get $18 million over 9 years.
yes,
And then he's going to get,
The
what's
lump sum
700
or
minus 18?
Yes.
$682
82
million.
So
Yeah.
so think of it this
Over
way.
a-
What if he gets hurt?
doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Guaranteed
matter.
problem.
So
Guaranteed.
think of it this way: as a whole,
is hurt.
As a whole,
Yeah, just had Tommy John.
Yeah,
you
he's
signed
second.
you
time.
signed a contract for $700 million for 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
but you're only going to cost the Los Angeles Dodgers $2 million a year off their
Cap.
cap.
Yeah, but that last year, their cap's going to be like
It doesn't matter.
hammered.
It doesn't matter. The Dodgers are already stacked as it is.
Yeah.
So how many
enough
World
to win.
Series? Okay. How many World Series? I
Kyle,
mean,
what do you think about this?
Well, so it doesn't come off just in 1 year. It'll come off. It'll be two. The way my understanding is it'll be $2 million a year till he's like 60. So it'll be $2 million off their cap space every single year until it's done.
Oh, so
it's
after
not,
he's
it's not
done.
a lump sum.
Yeah, it's
in
not a
1
lump
year.
sum.
After
It's
the
gonna
10
be
years,
over
he's
the-
getting
But
paid.
if you think, if you
He's
think
Bobby
about
Bonilla.
this,
It's the
but if
Bobby
you
Bonilla
think
one.
about this,
So he's set for life.
it's
He's
the
bet-
it's
yeah.
the owners that are doing this.
Yeah.
And they're going to 10x the value of their team. And what they're going to do is by the time that they're willing to pay or having to pay him his 48, 58, 68 million dollars a year, they're going to sell that team and make 25 billion. And they're going to be okay paying him 700 million over that course of time. I mean,
Yeah,
they're,
'cause it's
they're
pocket
gonna,
change.
they're 10, it's like Mark Cuban with the Mavs. He
Yeah.
10x'd his investment on his team, and he made more money. So good for him. Good
Yeah,
for them.
no,
They're
I
great
res- I
business
respect
people.
Cuban for
Great
doing it.
business strategists.
You're absolutely right. But it is just, I think we're all just a little salty being that we're not fans of the LA Dodgers, which they can just buy their team. They can afford to keep buying their team, and it's frustrating seeing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue is yeah. Truth be told, as a Cubs fan, I am glad the Cubs did not pay that
Amen,
salary.
brother.
Like, that is,
Right.
you
That's
know,
a
that
lot
is
of
just
money.
not
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of money.
to field a competitive team for years upon years.
That's three
I don't know
superstars.
I don't know that that's something that is going to be
Not
a
at $2
sustainable
million.
method for anybody.
Not a 2 million, no, you're right.
But
You think another
it
pickups?
already allowed them to go out and get that Tyler Glass now out of Tampa Bay too.
Again,
and that's
another.
I mean, that's
And-
a stud pitcher right there.
The
too. So
only
it's-
reason they can do that is the $2 million.
Yeah, and that's another
Yeah.
baloney reason why it's a baloney contract.
We-
Because
yeah.
We just got a
Yeah,
chat. Somebody said, side note, a source just said the Storm and Peoria are tied 2-2.
Oh, good to know.
Whatever.
Let's go Storm.
Oh,
Quad City Hockey team.
Hockey.
Yeah, I might have some fans there.
Didn't mean to interrupt you, Kyle.
I'm kind of a big deal with the Quad
No,
City
you're
Storm. I don't like to brag, but I maybe cooked them dinner once or twice. Go ahead, Kyle.
Stirred the pot.
I don't know if that it's a sustainable thing either, though, because think about this: you can't put every player on that type of contract, because otherwise, 10 years from now, when you have to go to pay somebody, that's already $2 million off of what they can pay in 10 years when he's no longer playing there.
Yeah.
You do that with 4 or 5 players, you're looking at X amount off. And keep in mind too, the Dodgers don't have that money. They don't issue $2 million out per year. The Dodgers still have to pay I think it comes out to be like $67 million per year on that contract. Right. They still have to put that into an escrow fund. It's a deferred, that it accumulates that interest and then it pays out to him at a later date. So they're still losing that money. So I don't think it's.
But if they, how old is he? 29.
Yeah.
Is that old for a baseball player?
No, not necessarily.
No,
prime.
but when you
It's
sign
prime.
a 10-year contract.
So he'll be 39.
You look at
Is there
Pujols.
any chance he could jump a team, get another huge contract, and be
Well,
sitting there making
Scherzer
$2 million from two
Scherzer's
different
making money
teams?
from 2 different teams
Yeah, so
while
they
playing
might-
for a third.
Yep.
Yeah,
Are
that's.
the
I don't know.
Cincinnati Reds still
like
paying Ken Griffey Jr.?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
They might be possibly. I know that the Mets are paying Bobby Bonilla every July 1st is Bobby Bonilla Day, so I
Yep.
wonder what Shohei Ohtani Day is.
What's he
gonna
getting?
be.
1.1 a year?
1.1 a year, I think.
Yeah,
and
that's
that's over
stupid.
the next.
That's
like,
wild
think-
that another team would pay a player to potentially play against them.
Yeah.
That's why Major League Baseball to me is just
It's just,
insane.
hey man, it's numbers
Just
and
nuts.
money, man.
It's
It's
a
a
dollar.
big.
I'm
big
pretty sure
Wild.
Scherzer's getting paid from 2 other teams.
Yeah,
while
I think
playing.
I think the
Nationals.
Mets and no, not the Nationals. Still, I don't think.
I think he is with the Nationals getting paid
his
still.
contract ended with them. I don't think it's.
He's hurt now too, I think.
Yeah,
I think it's
half
back.
a year.
Right.
That's what I heard.
Right. So.
Ohtani's one of the best ever too. Like he might be one of the best ever.
No.
The way. Listen.
Nolan Ryan is the best.
No, I'm not saying. I
He'll
said,
never be topped or beat.
I
Sorry.
said one of the best ever. Like, does Nolan Ryan hit 40 home runs a year, bat 300? I doubt it. He can throw a ball 100 miles an hour at like 75.
Nolan Ryan
probably.
has more.
We don't know if
more
Shohei's
no-hitters
ever
than
going to
anybody
pitch again,
else.
though.
We don't know if Shohei's going to pitch again, but so far,
Yeah,
I think
that
Shohei
right
can
there.
throw a no hitter at 45 years old.
So
maybe
yeah.
up to now, Shohei's been the best player in baseball
So there's
like,
there's 2 points that
because he's a two-way.
there's 2
and a
points
lead
to be
above.
made here about this contract. Kyle touched on a really good point. A lot of the money is deferred up front and gets put into an escrow account. So if you've got a smart investment person behind your money that's getting deferred, or somebody that's taking care of your portfolio, I mean, technically, if they're paying $700 million, they might only have to pay in $185 to $200 million over that period of time, because the market traditionally you're looking at 7 to 8% annually.
No, they have to put in that $67 million. Shohei's going to be the one to benefit from that
Correct.
interest that it gains.
Not the
Either
team.
way, the Dodgers have to put in that 67.
Correct.
Like they don't get to take off money because it's gaining interest.
so much
like
money.
that.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dude, it's an investment.
It's
So-
stupid.
He's set for life.
So here's
They're
another.
set for life, though. Think
So-
of the revenue they're going to make off his name alone.
Yeah, well, I mean, ticket sales already doubled.
That's what I'm
ticket
saying. The whole,
prices.
you're bringing all of Japan with him too.
Yeah.
Like it's a
that,
following
that
too. So
one
it's
kid.
huge.
God, who was it? They're saying that he's going to come over.
What the
Yamamoto.
Heck is, Yamamoto, yeah, Yamamoto.
And so that's a good move for them if they want to
Yoko
attract other
Takanoshi.
Japanese players.
Damn it, we were highly paid Japanese executives.
We work hard and play hard.
Even harder. So tell us what it is.
No, I'm excited for the next topic, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Introduce it.
No, I'm ready to jump to the next.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much. I don't really think there's much more we could say about Shohei Ohtani's contract, except we're all a little butthurt about it.
Yeah,
that
honestly.
the Dodgers are going to only be stuck with paying $2 million a year to him
For now.
I
so
wish somebody paid me $2 million.
well,
Yeah, I'm not
right.
I'm
would
more
be nicer.
butthurt that I'm not that good at baseball.
still butthurt
Well,
on the NFL. But what
I
do you
am,
do?
I am
So,
not butthurt that the Chicago Cubs didn't get him. But
I tell you what, I am butthurt
But Glass
about.
now would have been nice.
I am butthurt that Florida State got left out of
Dude,
the college football playoffs.
why?
That's our
Oh.
nut talk. But
Why?
Listen, just listen. All right. You ever listen to? You know who Mike Leach is, right?
Yeah.
Legendary quarterback out of Texas Tech. He coached at some other schools before then.
Yeah, coach.
He was amazing. Yep. So he said this years ago when they wanted to introduce a playoff. All right. Look at any other football level. Go to high school. All right. What happens? You take the top record teams out of so many divisions.
Yep.
Put them in a
Put 'em in,
bracket.
yep.
Let them play each other to your champion. Look at Division III football, NCAA Division III. You take your top teams out of each division, put them in a bracket, let them play till you got a champion. Look at Division II. They do that way. Look at the NFL. Take your top teams out of each division, put them in a bracket, and let them play till you have a champion. Look at NCAA, FBS, whatever it is, Division I football. We're going to have a committee select 4 teams that are going to get us TV. No, it's bullshit. Florida State got screwed, and I feel bad for their 40 seniors that they got. One kid on your team does not make your whole team. I understand their quarterback's hurt, and they struggled at the end, but you find out they found a way to win
They
without
still
him.
win.
So this
All right,
brings up
so
the-
here's how it should have been, in my opinion. You have 3 major undefeateds. You have Michigan, Washington, and Florida State. They should have been guaranteed. They're undefeated. 1, 2, 3. All right, who are your next 2 best teams that
and
have a
Al-
loss?
Texas and
and Alabama. Okay, who has the tiebreaker in that? Texas, Alabama. You lost. You're out. But no, we need an SEC team. We need the
But
ratings.
Alabama beat the best team over the last
I
how
don't-
many years?
I don't-
I'm
I don't
not
care.
saying. I'm not saying. So here's what I think.
I don't care.
The argument that I was thinking about this is this for the best teams or the most deserving? Because Florida State is definitely the most deserving.
It doesn't matter to me.
There's a difference.
It-
Is their job as
It's not deserving.
no. Is their job as the committee to pick the best teams to play to give us the fans the best.
Yeah, it's not about
When
revenue.
Florida
Shouldn't be about
State-
revenue.
Should have nothing to do with it.
Right,
Revenue,
Florida
schedule
State's
strength.
If we're picking
Recruiting class should
the
have
best
nothing to do.
teams, then Bama's still maybe not in it though.
How
right?
how
Texas
do you-
definitely isn't in it. If you're
I
picking
think
the 4
Texas might
best
be a lot better than
teams-
people give them credit for.
I think you
But the thing
got
is,
to
if
do
you're
it
picking
based
the
off of
4
that year's
best
record.
teams, you're looking at Michigan, Ohio State, Georgia, and then probably Washington as your top 4.
Washington
right?
and their
So
definition.
I think we can
Is it
agree that
most
8 would have been
deserving
good
or
this year.
best team?
Well,
It can't be both.
8 would have definitely been the route to go.
Yeah, 'cause then you include the
and
one-loss teams.
Really should have been the route to go from the beginning.
Yeah,
the
honestly.
most non-confrontational way that the college football committee could have done this was exactly what Ryan said. You have your 3 undefeateds, and they're all Power 5 conference champs. And on top of it, Florida State or the ACC had a better record against SEC teams this year. So you have Michigan, Washington, Florida State, and then you look at it and say, okay, well, Alabama beat Georgia, but Texas beat Alabama. So
Therefore, Texas is better than Georgia.
well, you can't. So you cannot put Alabama in over Texas.
Right. That's what I
You
was
can't
thinking
put
of.
Georgia in over Alabama.
Or over Texas, for that matter.
So right. So then the most least confrontational way would have been to put Texas in, or put Florida State, Texas,
You have
and then
rankings all year. Just take the top 4 out of your rankings.
And
I mean,
then-
it's nuts.
what I feel happened was there's no way that college football committee was going to let a college football playoff happen without an SEC team.
And that's
I
what I
agree.
think we
I
all
agree
feel. But
100%.
I also think that the way that Florida State struggled, in my eyes, to do a lot of anything against Louisville in their championship game, the committee saw that and said,
They were on their third string quarterback.
I understand that.
Bama
So now-
almost
so now
lost to
we're
an
saying-
unranked Auburn. They barely beat them.
I remember that. And then
Look at
that would have
Bama's
been
schedule.
had
Bama barely
had
beat
that,
half the teams they played.
But
Florida State destroyed everyone they played till their quarterback got hurt.
And then they
but I
started
mean, it
struggling,
wasn't
so-
even a game.
Yeah, and let's be honest, Auburn botched the hell out of
they
that
sh-
against
they were
Alabama.
so- that was such a bad drop
They
for them.
had one
Job.
play.
Yeah.
One play that it was 4th and 30.
and you let them score a touchdown
let 'em
to
score
win
a
the
touchdown.
game of all like
Yeah, that game.
rush 5, rush people and then drop it back
Bama
to
shouldn't
you.
have won. I don't like Bama. I'll throw that out there now, but I'm not being biased in this. I think Florida State got screwed. You got 40 seniors that are going to go. I've heard people say they should boycott the bowl game and not even show up. Let them get all
That'd
the
be
free
funny.
gifts,
Good.
go
Bye.
practice.
Bon voyage.
But here's my problem. If I'm one of those seniors, I want to play my last high school or college game.
Absolutely. So they
I
won't.
might not be going to the next level, but I want to go to the bowl game. You know what I mean?
I am happy to see Florida State get
So,
screwed because
I'm not.
I
They
like
don't
Miami.
like Florida
I don't like
State.
Florida State. So
Well,
good.
I
Good.
dislike
Bye.
Bama a
Sorry.
lot
Sucks
more.
to suck. I
Right.
mean,
If
I know what
Bama-
it's like to get skipped over for.
Bama pulls a championship out of this, I'll be done.
Well,
with
see,
I'm
college
not gonna be
football.
happy about it either, but I
So I
don't
think
they
it's
will.
simple,
crap.
right? So they're obviously moving next year to 12 teams.
Yeah,
But
way
from
better.
the get-go,
Should've been
from the
more.
get-go, it should have been 8 teams. It should have been your 5 Power 5 conference
Mm-hmm.
champs, no matter what. Like if Purdue beat Michigan or Iowa beat Michigan this year, and Iowa was the conference champ, they're in.
Yeah,
They're a Power
automatically.
5 conference champ. And then you have your 3 at-large bids, which would then take that Michigan and the Alabama and the Georgia. Because if you think about it, if that was the route, right, Florida State would have been in. They would have all been in,
Yeah,
and
and then-
Georgia,
and then you have-
Alabama, and
Maybe Ohio State.
Ohio
gets
State would have been
skipped.
in.
Or, yeah. Well, yeah. If they
So-
have 8.
Well, and that's why, on our very first podcast ever, I said, NCAA will whittle it down to 4 massive conferences. And they'll take 8 or 12 teams. It's 8 teams, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
8. They'll take the top 2 out of each conference.
No, 12.
12. So top
It's
3.
12.
out
So
of
they take the
each.
top 3, and your last surviving school out of that conference is your conference champion.
You like that, Ruthie?
That was good.
Here,
Kyle,
here's
you
another
had one more. You had something you wanted to say?
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Yeah, I just this is an outside. This will never happen situation. So keep that in mind. I'm not suggesting this will happen, but I wouldn't mind seeing. We talked a few weeks ago, and I think our first episode a little bit about European soccer or football, however you want to call it.
Yeah. Premier League.
And relegation,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Make a conference, right, that has Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan, Florida State, Washington, Oregon, right? All of those teams that we have seen in the last 5 to 10 years competing for a national championship.
I agree.
Start it with them, right? Start it with them. Your top 4, top 6 from that conference when they all play each other, right? That's your playoff. But you have a subdivision of that has your Iowas, your Penn States, I'm staying kind of in the Big Ten because I know more Big Ten.
Your
teams, but
A&Ms,
Tennessee, A&M, right?
Mississippi State.
Have that be there. Have a playoff in that division. You win or finish. You win that division. You move up, and you move up into that top tier division,
Right.
and you compete against those guys. You lose, you go back down. Make it. Don't have just a subdivision based off of financial portions. Yes, you need to have that too. FBS, FCS. Sorry, that's the word I'm looking for. The FCS. You can still have that because that is a financial thing to do. But how many years? I mean, look at right now, South Dakota. Is it the Jackrabbits? Which one is that?
South Dakota State,
SDSU.
SDSU.
No, it's not North Dakota State.
They're
It's,
the Bison. They're the Bison.
SDSU,
SDSU. South Dakota State.
University.
Right.
That's the Jackrabbit.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they're. I mean,
Jack Rabbit.
they're going to beat a lot of FBS teams for as good as they are. We saw that last year when they played Iowa. Like they're a legit team. Give them an opportunity to fight for their way to get up, right? Like expand it, make it where there's more viable teams as opposed to all these recruits going to Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State.
Right.
They want to compete for national championships. Give them an opportunity other places.
Right.
I got a question for you, Kyle. So if you do that for football programs, what about your other sports? Do they follow football, or is football going to be different altogether?
Yeah, football
I
is going to
think
be
football's
different.
just got to be its own. You still use your funding, right? Because football and men's basketball pay for 90% of every other sports
A lot,
revenue, right? So you still have to have a way to help that trickle down to those other spots. But yeah, I think it's just got to be a completely separate thing. Have more localized conferences for your soccer, your golf, your track.
Smaller sports.
Make it the Big Ten the way it used to be, right? And then have it all.
Well, yeah, not to
move out from
digress,
there.
but that's the big fight right now with the Big Ten of the UCLA, USC, Washington, Oregon, is that field hockey saying, no, I don't want to go out there and play.
Did that Florida State post I seen, does that hold water, or was that fake?
I don't know if that holds water, but
So the rumor I saw,
if I'm them, I'm doing it.
for the fans, the rumor I saw for the listeners, the ACC is struggling money-wise, which is what Florida State is in. And if they can't come up with some sort of money for something, that Florida State can get an emergency move to the Big Ten if they choose.
Oh, no, I don't know if that's true.
Is that true?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I saw it on Facebook, and I don't believe.
And the
half
reason
stuff,
I don't
but-
think that's true is
on
because
Facebook.
I don't think Florida State would uphold the academic requirements for the Big Ten. I mean,
they might give them a couple bye years. To
Missouri
get it up.
didn't even uphold them academic
I
requirements.
think
so
Florida State would be better than Missouri.
I think
academically,
maybe, yeah. I think we can all agree that Florida State got screwed. Some may be happy about it, some may not be happy about it, but I think at the end of the day, we can all agree that a Power 5 conference champ that's undefeated, no matter them losing their number one quarterback, should not be penalized and be left out of the college football playoffs.
Well,
and what I hope happens is I hope Florida State kicks the ever-living shit out of Georgia and proves that, hey, you messed up there, committee.
It's not going to happen.
Here-
It'd be ironic. if
It'll
that
be a good
happened,
game, but you go back to the smaller schools that don't have the funding to play with these big schools. How do you get funding? How do you get more scholarships? You got to get more notoriety.
Right.
People got to know who you are.
Right.
If a small school goes undefeated somehow, who cares about their schedule? Who cares about their conference? You won out. You went undefeated. All right, you're going to play this big school. There's your chance in the spotlight. There's your chance to show out. You might say, well, they're bigger, they're better, they're faster. None of that matters.
Right.
Well, it matters, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just so irritated with the way it went down. If you can't tell,
I agree.
My blood
I
pressure's
agree.
way up.
I agree.
right
You're
now.
turning
You're a
red.
Texas fan.
Sorry.
I thought you'd be happy about
I'm
this.
not a Texas fan. I'm a Hawkeye fan.
I thought you were.
And I'm just not an Alabama fan. We'll put it that way.
Your cheeks are turning red.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm
They're
very
rosy.
upset
I
about
think
that.
Alabama
that's, I
wins
think
too
that's
much.
the roofie.
It
He's
might be
got
the roofies. The
It's
roofies.
roofie.
He got
Hey,
roofied.
speaking
His
of that,
roofie got roofied.
you got anything before I take a sip off your beer?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
So Ryan did not like it, so he passed the beer over to Josh.
Yeah,
and-
not a fan. I'm not a beer drinker for,
I'm not
for the
either.
listeners.
So next is the Draymond Green situation.
What's the situation?
He punched
There's
a
a
person.
situation.
He's punched somebody.
Do you know who Draymond Green is?
Not a clue.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, this
Well,
will be
and I
quick.
bet we have
This will be a quick-
listeners or
yeah.
viewers that do
This will
don't
be-
either.
You
so
watch
quick.
football. You watch football, right? You remember,
I watch
remember
football.
Pac-Man Jones? He's
Don't-
he's
yeah.
the Pac-Man Jones.
No, dude,
of
that's
the
not
NBA.
even close, dude.
Oh, come
Vontae's
So he's a
perfect.
basketball player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's
Who'd
playing
he punch?
He's playing football.
He punched
Joke.
Joseph Nurek.
Nurek.
Another player.
Yeah, so a couple of weeks or months ago, he
Dude.
grabbed a guy, Rudy
I
Gobert
don't know.
by
Did
the
he
head.
punch a fan? Did he punch
No.
a
Punch
coach?
a
He punched
player.
another
No,
player.
and it was like, so Draymond Green says, well, he was holding me, and he just turned around and all clocked
This
guy.
isn't the first time it's happened with Draymond. I'm.
He put a guy in a headlock.
Dude,
and
Steve
stepped on him.
Nash used to
He used
kick
to kick
reporters
dudes.
and
He
all
used to
kinds
kick
of
dudes
stuff.
in the nuts when you go for rebounds.
Yeah.
Grayson
Like he's
Allen
Grayson
style.
Allen, yeah, Grayson Allen of the NBA. But it's frustrating to watch because he does this consistently gets kicked out of games, technical fouls, starts suspending him and making his fines like exponentially bigger because
And I
apparently
think
he doesn't learn.
I think that's why people dislike the NBA in some aspects of like, why am I going to sit there and watch a street fight?
It's not. It wasn't even. It's not. The NBA isn't a street fight. Draymond Green is an outlaw.
Remember
in
Ron
that-
Artest?
Okay, so wait.
I'm just saying.
Is,
but
is he any worse than Rodman was back in the day?
Rodman
Yes,
wasn't even. Rodman
absolutely.
wasn't even bad, dude.
Rodman never
Rodman
really did
was a
that.
menace.
I mean, he
Rodman
kicked,
wasn't a
he
menace.
kicked a cameraman in the nuts.
Yeah, well, that's different.
So
Not on
what?
Guy
What
wasn't
is
even
so? This
playing
is a
and he kicked him in the
conversation I feel
nuts.
like comes up a lot, right? Especially for the. I'm not. We're not going to start this. I promise. We're not going to start the Michael Jordan versus LeBron GOAT
Oh,
talk.
Good
Then
because
why are you
Michael
bringing it
Jordan
up?
wins all
There's
day.
no
No comparison.
Because
Michael Jordan.
wins.
Then why are you
When that
bringing it up, bro?
conversation- No, because when that conversation comes up, inevitably the conversation always goes to, well, Michael played in a more physical, tougher, right? Everything's about how tough and physical it was. But then we talk about this Draymond thing and how tough and physical he's being, right? And he's being dirty too.
He's
I'm
being
not
dirty,
saying
not
That's
tough and
different.
physical.
Yeah.
It's way different.
Yeah, but I think there is an argument for the people that are totally against that are the same ones that say we enjoyed the physicalness of '90s basketball.
But
So how do you bridge that gap?
They
How do
were
you say
going
There's a
off
we
and
want more
difference.
physical?
they were going off and
right?
clocking dudes
There's a
and
difference, though.
like being like
I mean, they
committing
were,
a
though.
committing
I mean, look
assault.
at the whole Ron Artest situation. There was,
That
I mean,
wasn't
there was
the-
definitely fist.
That was
That
2000s.
was because fans were throwing shit at the players, which should never happen in any sporting. I don't care if you go there and you're mad that they're losing 63-23 or whatever
Yeah.
the score of last night was. You don't throw things at the players, refs, anything. If you don't have,
Are you talking about Malice at the Palace?
yeah, you know what I'm saying though. Like, it just don't.
That's what
It's
made him change his
entertainment.
name to
It's-
Meta World Peace.
It's entertainment at the end of the day, and you should not. You shouldn't. If you're playing a game, you shouldn't be afraid of. a
Who
fan
was
throwing
all
the ball
involved
at
in
you.
that? Artest and Jermaine O'Neal.
Steven
Yeah.
Jackson,
Yeah.
Robert Test.
Alan Jackson.
Here's the deal.
Yes,
Alan
Alan
Jackson.
No, Al Harrington.
Alan
No,
Jackson.
it
Al
wasn't.
Harrington.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
It was
he
Jermaine O'Neal, Steven Jackson, Ron
Buy
Artest
me
were
a
there.
Mercury.
I
Forward,
remember we had this conversation. I was Al's insurance guy for a while, and that was after he got traded from Indiana to Golden State.
Alan Jackson.
Al Harrington.
I don't remember Al Harrington in it at
Oh
all.
yeah, he was on the team. He was in the starting five that was out on the court, and he got into the stands. He never hit anybody or anything like that.
That was against the Pistons, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mouse in the Palace.
All I'm gonna say is like, so I don't watch basketball much. A little bit of college basketball, but I really don't care for it. I mean, I'll go watch it live, but I'm not gonna watch it on TV. To me, in any sporting event or competition, like when the teams or players get into it, that gets fans into it. Now, if you're getting into a fan, when I go to some racetracks, it says "fight in the pits." I'm gonna kick you out. Fight on the front stretch. I'll give you $100. That's what puts people in the stands. They want to see that
Not
stuff
this.
go down.
Not, I
But the
think
fan-
this
but
is
the fans
not-
don't wanna
the
be involved
Fans
in
don't
the
want to be
fight.
involved in the fight. Like a fan should never be allowed to throw anything, any trash.
I agree.
anything
It was
at-
2 players that got into the fight, though, right?
That's understandable. In the heat of the moment, it happens in hockey a lot. It happens in
It's encouraged in hockey.
Fighting?
Yeah.
It's
Not
not
anymore.
not anymore. It used
they
to
let
be,
'em
but
go.
but they let
Yeah.
him go. There's a gray area, but it's not encouraging
They're
any
never gonna
sport.
take it out.
All right. So we had a comment from the chat here. My brother from another mother, Ricky.
Bobby.
No,
Bobby.
Darden Martin. He asked about the Raiders game. Have I
I don't
missed
know
the
what to do
Raiders
with my
game?
hands.
You know, we do talk about
did miss it.
the ass whooping.
We didn't talk
Chargers,
about
the
it.
Chargers missed it too.
Fired their coach at halftime.
Good for him.
Yeah,
Fired
well,
their
terrible.
coach at
that didn't
halftime.
make the sports banner of the
It
week.
didn't. It didn't.
And I thought about putting it on there, but then at the same time, I thought,
I was so happy to see him go.
well,
Wasted
really,
potential.
I think
so
Raiders fans were
when I was
Right,
doing
Chargers
this,
fans were too.
when I was
Like,
doing
shit,
this,
like when they suck.
it was not 100% accurate that the Chargers coach and GM were fired at the
Right.
time.
That was found out this
So
morning.
that's
Yeah.
I didn't really think about doing it, and then when I heard it, I'm like, oh, it's too late.
Yeah.
But
You ever see Varsity Blues where the coach just at halftime just doesn't show up? You're
right,
Bud Kilmer.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, but
he
they
just-
won.
Yeah, because of
Now
Mox.
got beat. What is it?
Mox.
John
63
Mox.
to
John
nothing?
Moxon.
Jonathan Mox.
John.
So-
Look, I hate the Chargers. I'm a Broncos fan, so I can't like the Chargers. But when I have their running back and one of their receivers on my fantasy football team,
You're not
and they
playing.
announce receiver as an IR, and I don't take him out of my starting position because I didn't see it, I need them to do a little.
that
better
happened to you a
than they
lot
did.
this year.
Yeah, well, you don't see a lot of things in
I'm
fantasy.
a busy guy. I got a lot of tables to build.
We get it.
All right?
Yeah.
Lots of tables to build.
What?
Out here building bridges.
Podcasts are asking for a bill just
Yeah,
like this.
yeah. Just in case, if
Yeah,
you're
if
the
you got
guy,
a podcast, you need a table, hit me up.
if you're the guy on TikTok that said you lost me at the dark stain, we didn't ask your fucking opinion.
I was way more polite than that. But
There's a couple expletives in there.
there's different color stains out there.
Just to get to the last topic on the sports banner before we move on is the Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid outburst.
I love it.
I dislike the way Patrick Mahomes
Poor
handled it.
taste.
100%.
He's a
Poor taste.
crybaby.
Yeah, it was important.
I mean,
His true colors came out, baby.
I
Same
understand.
with his brother.
I understand what he's saying.
What do you mean? He
No.
was offside.
He was
He
mile
was.
offside.
He was
But-
Hold on.
But
I'm
if
a
you
Chiefs
see
fan.
if you see some videos,
Teach your guys line up.
Same weekend. No, I'm not. I wasn't arguing about it. You know what? It was a shitty play. Patrick Mahomes gets the benefit of the doubt a lot of times when defense goes in the neutral zone and they give him a free play. He airs it out.
Absolutely,
right?
as you should.
And he
You're
doesn't.
taught.
And he doesn't complain about that, but he complains when it's against him, just like we all do. Anytime anybody gets shit against them, we all complain. It didn't go our
Right.
way. It didn't go our way. But same weekend, I can't remember if it was Dolphins who lined up offsides. Same
Dolphins,
position.
Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, Waddle lined up offsides.
Oh, yeah.
Same position, didn't get called. And they're comparing it to that. And do I agree or disagree? I mean, it was in the last minute 30. The Chiefs shouldn't have been in that position anyway. And good for the Bills. I mean, we got one over on them. I think 2 years ago in the AFC Championships.
Kyle, what do you think?
I think before Kyle goes, I think what I really disliked is how Patrick Mahomes acted towards Josh Allen.
Yeah, everybody loves him, and he's like, "Oh, Patrick Mahomes. He's a good quarterback.
He's the best quarterback right now. I'll put
Everybody
that out
loves
there.
him, and for him to want to yell and scream at a ref and have to get
It's bad
restrained,
taste. It's
like,
in
dude,
poor taste.
act like a professional. You're
Yeah.
a professional.
Dickhead.
It sucks. Go into the locker room and throw shit around where there's no cameras and nobody sees
Yeah.
you.
Go hang
But
out
don't
with
act
Taylor
like
Swift.
that on the sidelines, you freaking crybaby.
It's the third-
Anti-hero.
that's
So
the
is this
third-
what
that's the
if he
third
ever loses again?
podcast
Is
we
he
shout
gonna
out Taylor
act
Swift
like a
for that.
crybaby?
For not-
I mean, I don't know.
Hey,
It was important.
AJ Hawk, what do you got?
You know what? I like it. I like it. So what I would say to that is, I get being frustrated. I remember how I felt, after the Iowa Hawkeye invalid fair catch
Oh
signal.
yeah. Similar.
And that kind of felt like that kind of play. But at the same time, you leave it. At least let Andy Reid be the one to complain, right? Don't
Absolutely.
you as the player. First off, because correct me if I'm wrong. What was that? What? There was time left on the clock, right after that.
A minute
And there was-
25, and it was a touchdown.
It wasn't not a touchdown.
It was a touchdown.
No, it
Well, it
wasn't.
was
It got
called
called
back.
back.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yes.
Callback.
It was.
So.
It was a touchdown.
It was a
It was
phenomenal
touchdown because
play.
it was
And let's talk
offside.
about-
It was a phenomenal play.
let's
Yeah.
talk about Kelsey's
So
pass.
go finish. Go finish. You
Well,
can't
start
do
off, you
that
gotta
again,
start off good.
obviously.
You
but-
can't just say
Well,
good
that's.
finish.
I mean, theoretically, Iowa had the chance to finish that game as well.
Well, just don't put
And
yourself.
it's
that
not
position?
a yeah.
Yeah, don't make
I
it so
agree.
that play doesn't matter.
I agree.
That's
Play
what I agree
better.
too. Don't let the
Score
rest-
any
Right.
time else in the game, and it doesn't matter.
Right.
That I will say though that comment, Ryan, I'm gonna disagree with slightly
That's fine.
because you can't, then that's like saying like first quarter. Well, you shouldn't have let them score during the first quarter because then it wouldn't have mattered, right? So like
Yep.
it's just hard to.
It should have, would have, could have too. At
I
that
just
point.
know as a player,
Yeah,
like
it's tough.
whenever I played and we got in that position, and say the kicker missed a field goal or whatever, you can't want to kill your kicker, because as a team you have to look at yourselves and go,
Keep 'em up.
Just don't put us in that position. Don't put
Yeah.
our kicker
Yep.
in that position. And even
Make-
our coaches
there-
would say, if we do
because it
anything
was-
else,
Yeah.
you know.
Ryan
absolutely
Ryan
right.
Ryan
Tony,
was the Ryan was
Kadarius Tony or Tooney, I don't know his
Kadarius
last
Toney.
name.
Tony.
Right, but verify your onsides. He kind of signals over, but he doesn't really wait.
He didn't
for the
pay
refs to
attention
say
for it.
He's
So
onside.
there was a
Verify your onside, and then it's not an issue.
Yeah, so there was actually a screenshot that came out after the game while they were going through and analyzing, the situation, and the far sideline judge gave him the thumbs up.
You're
He
just
looked-
saying that because you're a Chiefs fan.
No, he looked over. They showed the video. He looked over.
Chiefgate.
He got thumbs up, but it was
Chiefgate.
from the far sideline judge. He shouldn't have been checking with
Andy
him.
Reid likes
He should have
cheeseburgers.
checked with his sideline judge
Chief
and
burgers.
not the far one. So it's
Dude,
on
a
him.
good cheeseburger
I
sounds
mean,
good.
he's
I
been playing.
guarantee if he checks with his near side sideline judge, they back him up and the play's okay.
Yeah,
The point
exactly.
is check with the right side. No, like have
Yeah,
awareness
and
to
at the
check
end
with
of the
right
day-
And
side,
at that
so.
level, he should know better.
At the end of the day, Ryan
Yes.
was the type of football player that didn't want to kill his kicker. He just went over and said, "You miss it again, I'm going to kick you in the dick."
Yep.
play
so
Before we move on, we're gonna do another little sponsor break here.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
All right, we're about an
we're
hour
we're
into
going
it.
on an hour.
We're not going to
so.
do a video here for Deere Nissan, but they're going to have some service spiffs this month here. $25 off any oil change, $10 off any service, and $30 off any alignment. Dave, I know you got some work you got to do on the truck.
Oh yeah.
Take it up to Deere Nissan. They'll
Yeah.
take care of you.
Yeah, tell him we sent you.
And
Yeah, I'll say the Mainstream podcast. Can
Absolutely.
we give a
yeah,
discount?
yeah,
I'm not
absolutely.
on it or anything.
And
I don't know. It's where my Mainstream podcast.
And,
logo
Chad,
shirt.
and Chad Waters said that stop into Deary Brothers Nissan to find out how you can get rates as low as 2.9%. That is Deary Brothers Nissan Dubuque at 600 Century Drive, Dubuque, Iowa, or you can call them at 563-582-7700 and experience the difference a dealer can make.
It's right by Happy Joe's on Century Drive.
How about
So
a round of applause for Chad? Thanks, Chad.
Hey, Chad.
Thanks, Chad.
Can we
You're
get
the
an
man.
applause for Chad?
I
Thanks,
wanna go,
Chad. Appreciate it.
I want to throw a shout out real quick. Making these tables, I had some help in my garage. So shout out to my crew chief, Mike Wiesenberg, crew chief and neighbor for the
lied.
Ryan Reed Racing Program.
Yay.
Awesome.
So
Yeah,
thank you,
let's
Mike.
get an applause.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Mike.
get
You're
an
the
So
man.
Mike did all the work.
Yeah, Mike did. Mike cut all the tubing.
we are now just hearing about this other person with this table because Ryan's like, dude, I built these tables. Did not mention
I
there's another
designed
helper.
and engineered
So-
and welded and
based on
painted.
the,
and
based on the TikTok that he did of this, though.
Yeah, where was Mike's shout out there?
I think his girlfriend
right.
was your girlfriend filming this the entire
she was
time?
reading a book, trying not to get hit in the face with sparks. I'd look at her and go, "Close your eyes and look away."
I wondered because you were videoing yourself. I'm like,
We're
God, did
gonna-
Ryan set that up.
Yeah, every time I welded, I said "welding," just so everybody knew.
We're gonna-
Four on the golf course.
We're gonna roll through these real quick because I know we got a little break coming up here for a second, and then we got some more interesting, fun stuff at the end. So
not to be rude, I'm tired of sports, so let's roll through them real fast.
We're gonna go
right,
fast through. Yeah,
that's
give her a
what I'm trying to get to.
Ready, set,
so
go.
we're going to go to our pick of the week segment, where we give you our picks. I already got your guys' names all written down on my paper, ready to write this down. So the next time we
some
get together, I
stats.
can say, "Hey, man,
Stats.
told you." So game number
Credibility.
one. Actually, if you remember, right, last podcast episode, I picked the Cowboys versus the Bills in a game. So that's who's playing this week. Cowboys versus Bills at Buffalo. Who do you got, Dave?
I got the Bills. It's a must win. They have to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. Otherwise, it gets them in a hole. And the AFC's shown that they're kind of tough this year. So the Cowboys, they're good. They're going to give them hell. But I think that the Bills are going to win because they have to win.
Awesome. Ryan?
Cowboys.
Cowboys. Josh?
Cowboys all the way.
Cowboys. Kyle?
Erica's team.
AJ Hawk?
Bills, but I think the Cowboys put up a lot of points because of the whole Dak Prescott being a game manager comment.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
Dak's
that
good.
pissed
Dak's
me off
good. I
so
don't care
much.
what anyone says. Dak's
Anyways,
good.
I'm going with the Cowboys. I think they're going to win. Eagles versus Seahawks in Seattle.
I think the Seahawks pulled this one out. I think the Eagles are kind of sliding right now because people are starting to figure out what to do. Stop the run, and you stop the Eagles.
Hard to
Do
stop
I
that
have to
offensive
pick?
line.
I don't like either.
You got to pick.
Seahawks, I guess.
Okay.
The Eagle, just because Eagles fans suck.
They like to climb light poles. Josh?
That's why they grease
I'm
them
gonna
up.
I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kyle?
Yep, I got the Eagles.
I'm going to go with the Seahawks. I think the Eagles are
I guess I shouldn't
extremely overrated.
I shouldn't say Eagles fans sucks. You're passionate about your team, and it drives
No,
me
they
crazy.
suck.
Passionate in a sucky way.
They sucks. Broncos, Lions in Detroit.
I got Detroit. They are going to turn it around. Broncos, sorry, you're not making the playoffs this year.
Wrong. Ooh, Denver all day.
I like the Broncos. I'm just throwing that in there. They have a great.
They're going to steamroll
great,
the Lions.
I don't think so.
You're a fool.
I think
we'll find out.
I think Russell Wilson's found his stride, and I think he's going to take his team to
Do you
the
think
win.
Broncos?
I'm not a Broncos fan, Chiefs fan, but that's hard for me to say right there.
AJ Hawk, who you got?
I got Broncos. I think they're
Broncos.
finally figuring it out, and I don't think the Lions are
Right.
quite as good as maybe what we initially thought.
Yeah, I'm also taking the Broncos. After the Bears should have beat the Lions in the first game and then beat them by a wide margin, I think the Lions suck.
I don't know who took the Lions.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are.
Cool. All right. Well,
All right, so we're going to jump to college football playoff because we should have another episode, but yeah, just in case we don't with Christmas and stuff, I want to make sure that we get these in.
We can hit New Year's one.
I mean,
no.
we could.
You going out?
no.
Okay.
Dave, who do you got? Michigan, Alabama.
I got Bama beating
Bama.
Michigan.
Okay.
wrong with you?
Who do you have? Washington, Texas.
I have Texas beating
Texas,
Bama,
okay.
or beating Washington.
Ryan,
Michigan.
Michigan beating Bama.
Yeah.
And Texas, Washington.
Texas over Washington.
Okay. Josh.
I'm going to go Michigan and flip it upside down. Little M comes a W, Washington.
Okay. Kyle.
Yep. I got Michigan, Washington too.
Michigan, Washington.
Who do you have?
I have Alabama, Texas. I don't think Michigan stands a chance.
I don't think
against
so either. That's what
Alabama.
I was thinking. I think that Michigan is
I
not going
think-
to keep up with the athletes.
Yeah,
You know
just
what?
hate the
I
Big
saw
Ten, don't you?
I saw Auburn's running backs go all over Alabama.
Yeah, I know, and I
I
don't want
a
to.
lot better backs than
So-
Auburn does.
Now I have to ask you, Dave, who wins, Bama or Texas?
Texas pulls it out.
Okay.
Wow.
It's
Quinn Ewers
tough.
is good.
It's tough because I'm from Texas and I want to pick them, but I got to pick Michigan because it's a Big Ten team and I want the championship to come home to the Big Ten.
Josh?
Yeah, Michigan. Hard for me to say.
Kyle.
Yeah, equally hard for me to say because I'm not a huge fan of the fans after the way they treated us at the Big Ten championship game a couple of years ago. But Michigan defense wins championships.
And I'm going to pick Texas. I want Texas to beat Alabama twice. So tune in on our next episode.
Can I plug one thing quick? There's a
Sure.
women's college volleyball national championship on Sunday. If you're looking for something to watch, Texas is facing Nebraska, and these are two powerhouses. If you guys don't watch
Top two
volleyball,
teams.
I highly recommend watching this Texas team and Nebraska. But they are fun to watch. They're good. They're cohesive, and it's
I watch volleyball.
It's a lot of fun.
Texas
Yeah.
won pretty convincingly last night.
So did Nebraska. They both played very well, and then Texas won last year for the national championship. So it'll be back to back if they're able to pull it out. It's Sunday on ESPN at 2 p.m. Just want to give a plug to them because I feel like
Yeah.
they don't get talked about enough.
Right.
So.
No.
So we are going to now take a break real quick. We're not going to take a break.
No, we just
All
did
right,
our break
we are
with,
going to
Deere. We'll
just
do it again.
hammer straight through.
Yeah,
No
let's
breaks
break it
tonight.
We're done with sports.
We're
Fans
done
that
with
don't like
sports.
So thank you for listening to our bullshit.
Yeah, we've been trying to get through it. Sometimes we can get on
And
a
if all you
tangent.
tune in is for the sports, stick around. It gets fun.
So, you've previously known, if you've watched us before, you've previously known us for your honest opinion segment. Kind of did a little shuffling around. We definitely changed it to Ask Us Anything segment because I feel there's a lot more things you could ask us than what's your honest
Anything.
opinion. So, anything, and Ryan keeps emphasizing anything. Ask
We
us-
might lie. We might tell the truth. That's up to you.
Well, it depends. It depends what it's going
This
to
is
cost
truth
me,
in
right?
there. Yeah,
This is-
What's your PIN number? 12221.
yeah, my social security
And
number
you'll never
is.
know if that's it.
Yeah, and if you want to try to steal my identity, you can have it.
If your PIN number
You
is
think you can mess my
1221, I'm
life up
sorry.
worse than I already have? Good luck.
Yeah. You can have all my debt. I don't care.
Take it all.
So, we had one come in on a social media platform the other day. What are some inappropriate gifts to get your significant other for Christmas?
Is this ones that we have gotten for
Uh,
significant
you know,
others,
I
or
think
ones
It
that-
depends on how personal you
The,
want
wi-
to get.
so here's
Sorry,
the deal.
Candace.
So,
She's upstairs, stomping on the floor here now.
so here's the deal.
probably not.
I
Don't
think-
tell him about that.
we can look at it in a couple different ways. We could say, what are some appropriate gifts that actually
Yeah.
are really inappropriate
No,
for getting
let's not
your,
do that.
you know,
That's boring.
That's boring. So, what are some inappropriate gifts you can get your significant other for Christmas?
Get her, get them
Get them.
kitchen utensils. Hint, hey, your job's to make me food.
That's so inappropriate.
That's-
What happened to this Me Too movement?
You know, but it's not like I'm trying to be like inappropriate, like, oh, get this kind for the bedroom. But no, get kitchen utensils for them and see how that goes.
You want me to tell my joke?
Is she gonna take a
really
wooden spoon
bad.
to your
Why,
ass when
is,
she's
that,
done?
is it why do
No,
women have
I-
smaller feet?
I don't think you want
okay.
anybody to know how much of a degenerate you are. I think along with it, I think anything like vacuums,
Well, if you
washer
a
and
vacuum-
dryer, like
Anything for your wife or significant other to do work around your house. That,
yeah. You're basically
yes,
saying,
you're right.
here's
You're
a
made.
better product than what you have to do a job better.
Or hint, here, clean more.
Yeah.
Like, or wash, or make me this more.
This inappropriate.
Here,
had
I
a
got
way
you some
different meaning
spatulas
than I
and some
thought.
hot pads.
So mine's not super inappropriate by any means, but like
Josh or Ryan's going anal beef.
Sometimes got to pull start the dishwasher.
Candace and I, our first anniversary, I pulled out the card and got her a set of golf clubs, and her response was, "What the fuck are these?" And I said, "Well, we're going to be together for a while."
when you pissed me off, when I piss you off, you hit me over the head with them.
I said, if you
It's a
really
weapon.
want to be involved with me, so I'm not gone every weekend golfing and you're stuck at home, I go, you're going to learn to play if you want to. And she's done pretty well. She golfs twice a year, and she gets pissed off after about the third hole. So
I think I've witnessed that.
oh, dude, it's crazy.
I've
I mean,
witnessed it playing with Mike
there
because
was-
he's usually upset by the
There
third
was
hole.
one time I
That's
think
because you don't shut up.
I don't know if it was this year, or if it was last year. I'm pretty sure she broke out into tears after about third hole. So
Yeah,
Did you
golf-
make her keep playing?
golf's a tough
yeah, oh
sport.
yeah, absolutely, I did. I was sitting there trying to be a coach, not a husband, and that was my fault. I was like, hey, turn your club face in, you're slicing it. Hey, your stance is way too far back, and she's like, can you just shut the fuck up?
So I actually looked over. I see Ryan's list over there of all the inappropriate things he wrote down.
There's nothing on this paper.
I just want you to
On the
start
front
naming them
side.
off, man.
Inappropriate to me means something different, I guess.
Sexual.
It depends on where you're opening it, though. Like if you're at her house,
No, in front of
her
family. In front of family.
Oh, that's so much fun. Like you throw something weird in there.
Double.
Whatever you get her, if it's small enough, well, they got all kinds of different size bags. Put that shit in a Victoria's Secret bag. Like just carrying it in the room, people are like, "Wait a minute,
What
did
happens
he just
if it's
bring that?"
What happens if it's a monster?
They make big bags.
They make big bags.
You're not gonna get anything bigger than the biggest Victoria's Secret bag, okay? But
6
no,
feet
like
tall.
lingerie is a fun one for her to unwrap in front of the family. I know that my significant other is listening to this podcast right now, and I probably won't get invited to her family's Christmas anymore. But I promise I would never do that to her. Maybe, but and then yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. Kyle, what do you got?
You know what? Get her a gift certificate to this local strip club, right?
Oh, that's a good
gonna
one.
be.
That's inappropriate.
That's
as hell. I
good.
love
That's
it.
good.
She's gonna love it.
Strip clubs give out gift certificates?
Yeah, Cal.
How would
I'm
how
sure.
would-
I'm sure you can get like a.
how would your
like a-
You
spouse
work
feel about
next
that?
to one.
I don't go there.
You know,
Would she go with you? Your spouse?
No.
He said he said he was
we're
going
not.
once
We're
a
not
month.
going together. We're not going. The only time we're going
should
is if
sponsor
it's like a
us.
bachelor party, something
Shakers?
like that. Where
Ah,
consensus is going is, you know what? I don't need to spend money.
I mean that
hey,
would
that's
be
some girl going through college. You're paying her tuition, bud.
Support single mothers.
not all the time. Not all the
Good
time.
for them.
Well,
Good
you know,
for- no
they
judgment.
claim
That's
to
a
be.
bumper
here.
sticker.
No judgment here.
Majority of the
I
time.
support single mothers, and it has a stick figure.
Hey, did you get a
on the
write off that
pole.
one year, Kyle?
Yeah, I wish.
A tax write-off?
Yeah, your educational loan.
You take your
know?
local businessman there. Hey, you should be able to write that off.
No, I
That's
absolutely
called
think
a
so.
work meeting.
Yeah, I think it's definitely self-explanatory on what gifts are probably inappropriate. It's news to me that you can get a gift certificate to a
That's super impersonal.
Gentlemen's club?
It's like
Yeah.
well, any kind of gift certificate. I feel like if you're with a significant other. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love gift certificates because I can buy whatever the heck I want. But it's also like here, I didn't have any idea what you wanted. Here's a gift certificate to Chili's.
You know what else is
So it's the
inappropriate?
thought that counts. Is
a
what you're saying.
homemade coupon book for your significant other.
Yeah, that's cool.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
We
No.
did that for our kids.
Yeah.
That's like
it is.
I didn't
One-
know what to get her, so I made a homemade coupon book yesterday. Here's
One-
post-it notes with coupons on
one
them.
free back rub.
Yeah, and that back rub's only gonna last about 30. Because
It don't
30
matter.
seconds
It's
in
the
guy
thought.
back rub
hold on,
time,
it's
it's
the
like
thought
4
that
hours.
counts. It's created. You did
Because
it
the back
yourself.
rub. Yeah,
Hold on.
never
So,
mind.
so wait, hold on, Dave.
I would give a gift like that
You said gift certificates are inappropriate because the thought
for a
wasn't
significant
into
other
it.
because
But you're gonna buy them cookware and utensils to make you dinner.
No, I said that's an inappropriate gift to buy.
Oh, but you have bought that previously because you actually, in our chat the other day, I asked, what do you guys get your
because
spouses?
I thought it was hilarious.
And you're like, pots and pans, dishwasher.
We needed them though. We needed them, because I think.
Do you use them?
I think we don't use them anymore. I think they've worn out. But I think when we first.
Is she getting any more for Christmas?
I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you guys.
Oh, surprise!
I'm not gonna tell her because it's a surprise.
She's watching.
All right, on to the next.
Maybe I get her a brand new car like in those commercials that are so realistic. Hey, I bought you an $85,000 Lexus, honey.
Hey,
Unwrap it.
here's a gift card to the shrink. Have fun.
Here's a leased Lexus I paid your first month.
Oh, the rest is on you.
The gift that keeps on taking.
So next one that came in on social media a while back was, where's the most embarrassing place you farted? And this has to come with a story. I don't just want to hear, I farted in church.
You know what? I'm going to take that one because that is exactly what happened. I grew up Catholic and I was an altar server. And my job was to go hand the priest the bread from the tabernacle. And good God, did I rip one right in front of him? And his nose was like... And he gave me the dirtiest look ever.
I think this bread is stale.
Is that mold?
Yeah, I think I was about 13 when I did
Did
that.
something die in here?
It was pretty bad. And if you guys,
Limburger on it?
and if you guys know me, I mean, I was down here the other night putting up, foam, and I'm like, oh, almost had an accident. Had to go.
You never know.
It was bad. It was bad.
So
Get the skitters.
I have two embarrassing, and I can't even believe I'm going to bring up the one. But the first one, I was in 6th grade geometry, and this dates back to this. Everybody remembers the old metal chair desk.
Oh,
yeah.
That was an echo.
The ones with the bar, like right here. That you sat in.
So we were sitting in geometry learning. Mr. Ertmer was up teaching, and one of my friends I grew up with, his mom babysat me, was sitting next to me. Ryan's his name, believe it or not.
You like Ryan's.
Yeah, well,
Allegedly.
We're pretty awesome.
So
You are.
Yeah.
I had a Step Brothers moment. I thought it was going to be silent, and it was not.
It was loud.
It was
Tastes like ketchup and
loud.
onions.
And you just have to know Ryan Bastian's his name. You just have to know his antics. Like, he freaking flipped his desk up, went, "Oh my God!" and he stormed out of the room.
In 6th grade. I can
In
see this
6th grade.
happening.
Were you guys like
And-
desk partners, or was he in front, behind, or
No,
to the
it was
side?
like
Near enough.
It was
Near
like
enough,
this.
probably.
Yeah.
He was to the side of me, and I'm embarrassed at this point because I'm like, man, that was loud. Number one, number
Let me
two,
cover with the cough.
I just caused someone to flip their desk out and run. Mr. Ertmer made me write 1,000 times, "I will not fart in class."
How long did it take you?
Well, so my dad was actually really pissed off about that assignment, so he told me, "You will not write 1,000 times, I will not fart in class. You will write, I will not fart in class like 100 times, and then the next 100 times are going to be toot in class, and then the next 100 times are going to be pass gas in class."
Jeez.
That's one, and I can't even believe I'm going to say this, but for the podcast and views, whatever. I once was going down at work. This was actually not that long ago, about a year ago. I once was wearing khaki shorts, and
I wore my brown pants.
I went down to start heating up some food, and I sharted.
Oh my God.
And I went, uh-oh. And I went walking into the back bathroom, and I looked at my shorts, and I'm like, oh, I can't stay at work. I can't do it. And I walked down, and I didn't even sit down, nothing. I looked at a coworker of mine. I said, I got to run home. And
Did you come back?
I ran. Yeah, I changed my clothes. I came back, and I got back, and he's like, "Dude, what happened?" And
Yeah.
I'm like, so I'm gonna tell you, but don't tell anybody else. And I told him, dude, I couldn't even. He couldn't drive down the road anymore. He was dying laughing. Like it's embarrassing. Hey, man, it happens.
And so you told him not to tell anybody. And
Oh,
then
the whole
you're-
office knew.
You're telling everybody now.
The whole office knew. Hey, everybody, I sharded.
Kyle, did you get that smell-o-vision?
Yeah, I will say this, so Mike, I'll make you feel better by sharing my story. Walking out of the house to hop in a car, I don't know where I was going, but it must have been somewhere important because I was like, you know what, I gotta let it go before I get there, so I don't have to do it when I get there. Shouldn't have trusted that one. Waddling back up in the waddling back up inside, right to the shower, get that cleaned up, and no one was around, luckily, but it's still not a great moment.
It's
Not so proud of that one.
not a great feeling.
No.
We want to move on. Does anybody else got a fart story they want to share?
No, I'm good on the farts, bud.
We can move on.
Okay.
I don't have fart stories. Shark stories.
Shark stories. Yeah.
One of my good friends, Jake.
Trust them all.
He's told me several times. He's like, "You probably shit your pants more than any other grown man I've ever met." I'm like, "It's not a full blown shit. It's a shark.
It's a shark.
Like, there's a big difference."
You know what? If you ever want to, I'll say this: if you ever want to go home from work and you don't have sick time, shit your pants. What are they gonna say?
Don't do that. Don't do
No.
that.
No, yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, do it.
That
What
puts
are they gonna say? You
Don't
can't
do
go
that.
home. You gotta
No,
sit in
they're
your
not
dirty
going to
poop
say
pants.
you can't go home. But then your supervisor, look, dude, I worked in a place like if somebody pissed themselves or shit their pants, which people did. Like if you told them, if they're like, "Hey, I have to go to the bathroom," you're like, "1 minute, let me get someone to replace you," because it's an assembly line, and then they just go on themselves. You're in deep shit.
Could you imagine?
Literally.
Like,
But
I just now I picture Dave at work just sitting in a corner going,
hey, I shit my pants. I have to go home early. I don't have any sick time. I
Guy
just.
over there smells kind of funny. Like, no, what's wrong? You're the worst kind of people.
Oh, is
Nobody-
you want to go home?
Your boss
Steve,
got in
just
so
let
much
one-
trouble.
nobody wants to come to my craps table. I don't get it.
Steve, I shit my pants.
I
You
shit
just
my-
shit your pants?
No, I'm just.
Oh, I thought you said that. I was like, oh god, we're in a small room. This is gonna get
Tiles start falling off the wall.
Yeah, it
peels-
I'm
peels the
telling
paint
you.
out.
I'm telling you, it peels paint, bud.
All right.
Toilet paper, over or under?
What does that even mean?
Oh,
The
that's how
roll,
you
when
put
it hangs
over is
off.
roll.
There's only one right answer here.
It's
It's
over.
over.
Yeah, it doesn't
It's the
matter. How
only
about that?
answer.
If any,
only
it does.
answer.
Yeah, no, it matters.
No.
It does. When I was growing
Yes,
up,
it does.
when I was growing up, Mike and I had this conversation the other day. My parents, God bless them, but they did the under, and it was such a pain in the ass because if you rolled even one sheet excess off of that roll,
All
the
ran
vent
down.
was the vent was underneath of it. So as that thing blew up hot air or cold air,
So-
that thing would unravel the entire roll, and you'd be like, "There's a whole roll of toilet paper." You grab it off the ground.
Here's
Over.
my thing. I use a bidet.
No, you don't.
I absolutely do.
I want to get one. I heard they're very nice.
Is it
nice.
is it the blow drying one that's heated?
No, it's not fancy. It's just the water.
Is it the one that goes like right under
So
your
do you
toilet?
still
You
have-
just turn it on.
Hits the old
Tank.
poop chute and
Yeah.
squirts. It's dude.
You
so
still
it's-
have to,
The first
like-
time I'll say it. So it's weird and off-putting the first time, but you get used to it, and all you gotta do is just clean the water up. And
So
Dave puts his
do you-
face
do
down
you-
in it.
Do you have a towel that you dry off with, or you use toilet paper? Though?
little TP, but not
thirsty.
nearly as much.
But the whole thing of a bidet is so that you go paperless and you don't have to use the toilet
you use
paper.
less.
I think you wanna
no,
dry
you use
yourself
you
off.
use less because you don't
Clean
want to
your-
have swamp
Well,
ass.
some
Clean
of those
your-
bidets
clean your
actually have a
butthole.
thing that come out and like dry your.
So here's the
butthole,
thing:
too.
I don't have 4 minutes to sit there and sit on the toilet after that to dry my butt off.
No,
But
because you've
when
already
I
been
sit on the
sitting there
toilet
for
for
20.
I sit there for 30 anyway.
Dude, when my legs
Yeah,
fall
we
asleep
know.
and I'm trying to wipe.
So I think there's only one logical answer here, and it's over.
But
Get a
one-
bidet.
one-
It's
one
get a
thing.
bidet.
So
That's
when
the
I run
logical
out of
answer.
toilet paper, like I don't put the roll on the thing.
set it on the
I just set it on top of it.
So-
My significant other. Shout out to her. It's our thing now. She always puts it on for me, and it's always over top. So she's
So
doing a great job.
before I jump to the
I was
next
gonna say
question,
Ryan's not married yet because once that happens,
It's
Yeah.
whatever.
you get yelled at.
No, that's her
But I will
job.
say, I'll say this, and
That's
then,
her
like,
thing.
that's her job.
That's her thing. She does.
Oh, I
that.
thought you said that's
Oh,
her
so maybe
job.
you're gonna get her toilet paper for Christmas. An
Kyle-
inappropriate gift.
Kyle's got his comment here.
Sorry.
Don't be
I will
sorry.
say this though: it's whatever you choose, over, under, whatever it is, just keep it consistent.
Over.
Because there's absolutely nothing worse than when you're used to the over, and you go into the bathroom middle of the night. You gotta you gotta use some of that toilet paper. And I have contacts, so I don't have my glasses on.
Like, I don't understand how this is an issue. Like,
I'm trying not to wake
I've never
up,
had a problem with it being
and
over or under.
You go
Man.
and you're searching. You're like grabbing
not
for
an
it,
issue.
grabbing for it, and then you realize it's the under.
You poop in the
There's
dark a lot.
nothing
or-
worse. There's nothing worse to wake
So
you up in the middle of the night.
what I have to
I
ask
have
though,
one more question when you're done.
for all you overs, have you ever been to someone's house shitting and
I changed
they
their
had their toilet
paper.
paper
I changed
under?
their
and
First
you
of all,
changed
I
it?
changed their
first
toilet
of
paper.
all,
I just upper decker.
call me weird.
I will not change somebody else's stuff because if they do it to my house, I'm gonna throw.
Call me
Upper decker,
weird. Call me
baby.
weird. I want shit at someone else's house. I
Um,
will
Yeah,
go
I
out in
don't
the
either.
bushes.
if
Unless
it's
it's my
if
parents.
it's if it's family,
Different
yes,
different
but
story.
if it's
But
like
even so, I won't do it. I won't do it.
yeah, if it's
I'll
a
go out in the
friend's
bushes
house,
and shit in the
no,
bush.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I'll
I
excuse
won't-
myself
I
and go
won't
home.
in public. I won't do it in public. Like unless it's an absolute emergency, I will not do it in public. I will
Yeah, the
drive home
emergencies is where you get
before I
like
will
if
go.
it's like, oh my god, I've got like diarrhea, it's gonna come out whether I want it to or not.
If
It's-
I'm in Sam's
Yeah.
Club shopping,
Oh,
I'll
dude.
shuffle to the toilet there.
no, dude.
Yeah,
No.
straight up. I'm not waiting 40 minutes to go home and take a crap. I don't have that.
You should have
Right.
planned.
I
You
can't
should have
go in
planned
public.
better. Maybe that's my
For-
thought.
Unless
for
it's an
the-
emergency, I
If I
can't
had a,
go.
if I had
the
a cigar
guys-
in the car,
I
I'm
will
going
pinch.
home.
I will pinch it off like I will pinch it tighter than a Texas. You will not. Find
I've
a
worked
little
10-hour
speck.
shifts before where I'm just like,
For the guys who have
Yeah,
sharded
dude, they do.
before, you just go.
No.
here's the deal. I
hold
even
that
talked about
knowledge.
this at my
I'll
last.
hover.
I will pucker so tight.
I talked about this working with
Lock
Nights,
it up.
and
Just tighten up.
I have never sharded or shit my pants as an adult. I'm sure I did as a kid. Everybody does. We're
I
kids.
call
diapers.
What's
I never got-
what's the adult cutoff for you? 38?
Dude, 14. As soon as you
40,
turn,
okay.
as soon as you turn 14.
14
I
means
was,
you're an
I was
adult?
down. I was down here the other night, and I was hanging
I
out these
smell
panels,
pizza.
18 in
and
most
I said,
countries.
I mean, I texted you guys. Oh, I about had an accident. I literally dropped everything I was doing right then and there, and I waddled my ass up the stairs, hoping that my cheeks didn't separate because it was coming.
So you know.
Dude, and that stair waddle
And
is
hold on.
hard
and
as
Tyson
hell.
and Tyson was walking up right behind me, and he goes, "I'm gonna go out the outside, Dad. I can't stand this."
Dude, that stair waddle is so bad too.
All right, so let me ask you
One
this.
leg up, one leg
This
down.
Keep it
opinion.
tight.
Oh,
So,
dude, yeah.
You go to the
I was
restroom.
jumping.
I have a main floor bathroom, so I don't have to do stairs to do it. I guess I don't.
You
I was down here.
Well, we know yours.
There's a toilet over
My
there.
other bathroom isn't working yet.
There's
still
a,
gotta
there's a
work on
pipe.
Yeah, don't use it,
There's
Dave.
a pipe. Shit in the
So
pipe.
we know you got a bidet, so you won't be in on this one. So you go to the restroom, you finish. How do you wipe? Do you stay sitting or do you
Yes,
stand?
sitting.
Sitting.
Sitting,
What the
lift
hell?
one cheek.
You don't stand?
If
No.
you- if
I'm a
you
stand and wiper.
Oh, that's
stand
like
away.
psychotic.
Stands over, looks at it, he's
And
like,
one
yes.
one way doesn't know about the other way until they find out. Then I think it's weird as hell.
Oh, no.
How do you sit and what? I just don't get it.
you
You
reach
reach between
around.
your legs.
You reach around.
So I will say that
reach around where?
with my-
I got long arms.
Do you know how
dude.
much
You
poop
reach
would
around.
be on my hand if
No,
I
you
reach into that
cover
toilet?
that. What do you put
Ryan,
one
you might need
cheek-
a bidet.
A lot.
You need
I
a
do
bidet.
too. You ain't seen
You need a
nothing.
bidet,
Okay,
bud.
all right. So
I know,
I'm-
right?
You
Get
reach
one.
between
Get
your
one. It's
legs.
It's not like I
No.
stand up and clench my legs together so I'm smearing it all over. No. You stand and you kind of hunch and
It's
you,
like I
you
went
wipe.
paintballing in
and
my
then-
pants.
Next, over the holidays, we're going to be eating a lot of food, a lot of drinking, whatever. Next massive crap you've got, take a shot of that for me.
No.
Picture that
That's
shit.
why do you
Let's
want
see
to?
that.
Why do you want
I
that?
know,
Why do you
what the
want that?
Come on. I want to see what you. I want to see this because
Dude,
I
I'll
want
just
to
give
see
you some numbers.
You weirdo.
Of some
because-
people you can call.
Oh, dude,
Fucking
no, I'm
meat
serious.
gazer.
I'm serious.
Wait, I do got a question though, Ryan. Didn't you create a poop Snapchat group?
Oh yeah, I had a poop snap group, which I didn't know everybody could talk to each other because there's some people I had to not let know I was talking to. That was a long time ago. But yeah, every time about once a week, I'd be taking a poop and I'd snap from like mid thigh down to my feet. Happy Thursday. Hope you're having a great day. Here's your
man.
poop snap.
All right,
All right.
let's get off of the shit.
Let's get off the shit. So we got time
Shit or
for
get off the pot.
we got time for one more question that was sent in, and then we'll see where we're at. But what is your go-to karaoke song to sing?
I'll be quick. I don't sing.
Same.
You
I
never
don't-
sing
I don't
karaoke.
do karaoke.
If I'm drunk,
Okay,
torn-
let's just do this.
torn
Just
up.
pick a song. If
Life
you were going to
is
sing
a
karaoke,
highway.
you would sing "Life is a Highway."
Life is a highway.
Okay, if you were at the Rainbow Lounge in Dubuque, you'd sing "Life is a Highway."
If I was drunk, absolutely. Sober, absolutely not. I won't even put myself out there for that.
Friends in low places.
That's
my
the
go-to.
old J. Co.
Yeah. Or
Jayco.
the national anthem.
Get the fuck out of here.
Everybody's got to stand and cross their arms while you're belting out the national anthem. It's great. I've never done it, but I had a friend do it at a bar. It was hilarious because everybody had to stand, take off their hats. It was so much fun.
They actually
Christmas,
sang that at karaoke.
For Christmas vacation, where she just started singing the national anthem.
Tequila.
I pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance. Yeah, that's what it was. I pledge
I think
allegiance.
that's one I heard once. Tequila.
Kyle, what's yours?
Never had too much fun.
Huh?
Who the hell sings that?
That's a song?
Is that what you're saying? You have
yeah,
never had too much
yeah.
fun? Or like,
I'm gonna say it's Alan Jackson, but
I'm a real
no,
mellow
no,
guy.
no,
I'm a
no,
real
no,
mellow
no,
guy. I
no.
don't have too much fun.
Okay.
I once sang "Like a Virgin"
Oh yeah.
by Madonna in karaoke.
Is that what real that? Is
You
that
didn't
real
wish
the white
to
fan?
Weird
No.
Al like a
Oh,
surgeon?
okay.
I had a buddy one time, so we did rock band, and this will be kind of like karaoke, but he was singing Lacuna Coil, and he tried to sing at the high because he thought he had to sing and match her tone and her her notes,
right.
but it was funny as shit.
Yeah, well,
Daryl Singletary. Singletary.
Good
Too
old
much fun.
Daryl.
Daryl.
There you go.
All right, so we are done with the Ask Us Anything segment. We have time to finish on one story here. I don't care who wants to take the story. Just tell a story. End on a goofy.
I think that
funny, weird
Haas
story.
had something he wanted to.
Haas has a good story.
You got a good
No,
story.
I had a
House?
story on the way up here, but I forgot.
Are you
it.
kidding?
So it was a lie.
I can help us out there.
All right.
So
All right, Kyle's gonna take the
when
story.
Take us
when
away,
we
Kyle.
were in college, we used to be kind of the party place. My junior year, we were kind of the place where everybody hung out. We had a house, so we didn't have to worry about the underneath neighbors or the above neighbors, anything like that. So we were also of age, and not everybody that was there was, which we kicked them out. So don't worry about that.
No underage drinking.
But
Give him the old boot,
yeah, we didn't let those guys hang out with
We're
us.
not cops.
Get
Don't worry.
the
We're
hell
not
out of
cops.
here.
We kicked them out.
especially if you're a
We
guy.
kicked them out. Yeah, we kicked them out. So essentially, we would be hanging out there, and inevitably every single weekend, hey, can I grab a beer off of you? Hey, can I have a shot off of you? Can I take X, Y, and Z? Well, after so long, especially when the next day you wake up and all of the beer is half drank, and you get kind of sick of forking off some beer for people. So we created a community pot of these leftover beers, anything from PBR to Busch Light to
Jungle juice.
Bud Light, basically.
No,
basically
worse.
a beer jungle juice.
Oh, beer jungle
poured
juice.
it- We poured every leftover beer, half drank, anything like that, poured it into this pitcher. People would start coming over and say, "Hey, can I have a beer?" Yep, it's in a pitcher in the fridge. Go for it.
That's a good
Take
idea.
it.
That's
You are the
awesome.
worst kind of people.
Yeah,
good
idea.
dude, what the hell kind of host
know
are
what?
you?
I approve, Kyle.
I'm
That's a
not
good
coming
idea.
to
You know
any
what?
party you
Because
ever
when-
invite me to.
Well, if you gotta realize, you
The
got
thing
people
was,
coming in and out
the
of the
thing was,
frat
is it
or
was
whatever.
always the same people. It was always like the same handful of people.
Same
I'm guessing you don't like
freeloaders.
these people then.
Same
I mean, if it's
freeloaders.
Yeah, I gotta,
No, it's not that we didn't like them, but we were
Actually,
broke college students.
Sick
too.
of the
We were
mooching.
paying for their beer. Yeah, we were going to pay for their
One
beer.
story house.
We could barely afford ours.
One.
One story
Christmas or
house.
beer?
I don't care.
Kyle, that's a good story because Ryan's over here just talking about his story that he really wants.
Yeah, tell us.
I'm
the story.
sorry, Kyle.
finally
I really
remembered.
So I got a beer story or a Christmas college story, and I don't know which
You
one
only
to
get
pick.
a
I want a
half
beer
of
story.
one.
Beer
You want the
story.
beer
Go with
story?
the
Yeah.
beer. Keep it.
All right,
Keep
beer
it
theme.
theme.
So one of my good friends was getting married, and at his reception, we had a couple kegs of beer. I think we had 3 or 4 kegs, and it was kind of like not a company that brought them. You know, we kind of set everything up, went and got them from IV and brought them there. So I don't drink keg beer, but we floated every keg there except for one. We had one full keg of beer left. So I hauled it back to McCausland into a buddy's shop in my truck. We put it in there and it sat for about a week and a half. Well, we were going to a big race in Tipton, Iowa.
Cold or warm?
Warm. It just sat in there warm.
That's nasty.
So it wasn't cracked yet.
Yucky.
So we went to a big dirt race in Tipton, Iowa. It was a 3-day show. So we showed up with this keg and they do a big bonfire when the races are over. We hauled this keg over there, now on ice, and people are drinking out of it like crazy the first night. And the next day we get up, and one of the guys that put on the race, he's like, "Man, I drank a lot of that keg beer, and I tell you what, I've had the shits all day." So then you fast forward to the next night at the bonfire, and people are kind of catching on, and it's just fun to watch people drink all this beer. There's this lady there, and she makes you look small. Like, she was a large lady. This gal is dragging
What the
this
hell? We're the
keg.
same size.
You're clearly the most massive, he said.
She makes us look small. You're a lot taller than I am.
Oh, okay.
She makes us look small. This lady is dragging this
recovery.
keg around, pumping the
Single-handed?
with it single-handed dragging around with the hose, just drinking on it as she drags it around.
That's wife material.
She's
right
got
there.
another one of our buddies, a scrawny dude, under her other arm, and it's just like dragging her. It's like Tammy from
Oh, comedian.
You know, the comedian. So
Fucking
I felt so
Tess
bad
running around out there.
for my buddy, but this lady was like, and you know, one of my buddy's wife, she's a real little shy girl. She's like, "That's our keg," and that lady's like, "I don't care." And so we just let her drag it around until she'd emptied it, took it back, and got her deposit back. But I think she drank.
How
all
many
that.
times did she shit?
Oh, dude, I didn't see her at all the next day.
Speaking of that Tammy girl, man, did you guys see that Facebook or TikTok or whatever the hell she was doing? And she was sitting in the car and they were eating McDonald's breakfast. I don't know if that was a guy or a girl sitting in the passenger seat, but he or she poured her syrup over their hot cakes and she looked at it like she was about ready to make love. And he goes, "Oh, that just makes your pussy throb right there." She's like, "I was about ready to say that." Did you guys see that one?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
but
that was great.
she's
Tam-
funny.
she's funny.
She's funny.
hilarious.
She's
So-
hilarious.
We're gonna wrap it up, but I got one word of advice for everyone today, and then we'll be done. This is my tip of the day: do not kiss your mom on your dad's birthday.
just
Wow.
I'm leaving it at that. Send us out.
No, because I want to understand that.
Just think about it.
Yeah, thank you. Crickets. Crickets. on that.
I just don't understand.
Just think
it.
about it. Don't
All
kiss your
Hey,
mom on
hold
your
on.
dad's
Hit
birthday.
that crickets one. Oh,
Yeah.
no response.
Kyle got it.
if you have to explain your joke, it's not funny. I just
Yeah,
don't
it's
know that.
hilarious.
You have to explain-
Anyways,
yeah,
I'll figure that out in my brain. Anyways, we want to thank you for watching us tonight. We're just a bunch of morons that like to have fun and talk. And we don't want to bore you with sports, but we do like to discuss sports a little bit. So I think it kind of kept it on a roll. But thanks for watching and tune
Godspeed.
in.
Yep. We do want to give a shout out to our sponsors again, Deary Nissan of Dubuque. District 20 Supply out of Dubuque, Iowa as well. They
Warm
provided our service
regards.
to us.
Warmest
And then one of our
regards.
affiliate sponsors is Shank It Golf. They got some great Christmas deals coming up here. We'll put in a sponsor link in the post here on social media. And we're working on a couple others. Vans Liquor, we'd really like you to supply it
Yeah,
for Sip and
absolutely.
Savor.
Yeah, like where do you think we're getting this from?
Yeah, we're buying this shit. So just give it to us for free, and we'll plug you here, okay?
We're already
That sounded
we're
so
already
bad.
plugging you.
Mm-hmm.
God, all 4 of us are just plugging the hell out of you.
Well, at least
5.
we're not pegging.
5?
At least
Oh,
we're not
God,
getting pegged.
get us off the air before something worse happens.
All right,
We're gonna get
Notesy, take us away.
Take
All
us
right.
away.
This is the
Notsy.
Mainstream
All right.
Podcast. Thanks for watching.
Thanks,
See
guys.
ya.
Appreciate it.
Adios.
I mean.